Get in on the action this season with Underdog's Pick'em game. Select higher or lower between 2 and 8 players and compete for up to 325 times your entry. Use code DIRECTOR when signing up to receive up to $1,000 in bonus cash and a free pick. Action.
Who's got it better than us?
Into the end zone, Charger fans are witnesses to history!
Well, hello, Bolt fam. Let's roll this thing in proper like. Hey! 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 Welcome back, everybody! The 2026 NFL Draft is upon us, dudes! And the lighting is terrible. Good to see everybody, man. Dude, thank you, everybody, so much for joining me. We got the fun stream, 100, 200, almost 300 Chargers fans in the building. I think it's going to be a fun time, man. I really do. Let's see if we can fix this just a little bit because I am a crazy person. No, I think it's already good. All right. We're going to go with that, man. Hey, dudes, how's everybody feeling, man? Chargers at 22. Who do you guys want in the chat as we get some shout-outs from some old friends, man? Seizing Titan, welcome to the crew. Enable Outlet. I feel like there's another name there, man. I know it. Nightwave, how's it going, dude? We got Gobblegore. We got Skeleton 22. We got Yang. We got this guy 24. Louis Wee. We got Tokes. We got Jacob Matt. We got Rex Bot. We got a lot of people in here, man. Good to see everybody. Rick Monterosa, PD Mendoza, Daniel Fernandez. It's Theory, $25 holla. Jumping in right away. Holy cow, Theory. Good to see you, dude. Last time I talked to you, Theory, it was a panicky situation. You remember that? Some Yahoo posting some crazy stuff about me on social media, having dark thoughts, and good old Theory called us, made sure we were good. He says, trade back for Basantis, please, since Vega will be gone. I think there's 3 pretty good outcomes in my mind, maybe 4 if you're the Chargers at 22. The first being Vega falls to us. That would be awesome, right? But like you said, I don't know if that's very realistic. I think that he's more than likely gone by like pick 16. However, I do think that the next best thing for me is a trade down, for sure. If we can get some value, grab a guy like Basantis or Pregnon, I would feel very good at the guard position, or heck, even one of the edge rushers at a good value late in the first round is an awesome, awesome outcome. After that, I want to go best player available, and then after that, maybe the Chargers consider trading for a player like, I don't know, there's been rumors of Brian Thomas Jr., Nico Collins kind of flew on the radar all of a sudden here earlier today. I don't know. I think that's the order of what I'm looking for. But, Theory, thank you so much for $25 holla. And we're already off with the bang, dude. Good to see everybody, man. Thank you so much. Whoop. That's where you went. Thank you guys so much for joining. And we'll see once the draft kicks off if we want a different graphic here. For now, I put this one just underneath my my camera here. But I would like something to go underneath, you know what I mean, underneath your guys' comments. So we'll look around, see which draft tracker looks the most aesthetically pleasing. Theory with the 56-month, talk about having to make a very awkward call. I'm happy you were good. Sport about it. That guy was an a-hole. Yeah, that was crazy, dude. I've seen that a couple of times. I have to show my wife while we're eating dinner. I'm like, have you seen this? It's crazy. But thank you so much, man. Justin Mucci with the $2 holla says Iceman will be album of the century. All right. Action Dan, welcome back. Oh, he saw the memberships declining. He said, hey, here's 10 more for the Bolt fam, dude. Oh, my God. Oregon Stacker, Johnny, School, Cole Kiddo, Antonio, Drax, Young, Cairo, Brizzleton, Skeleton. Guys, welcome to the crew, courtesy of our guy, Action Dan. Action Dan, welcome back. Been a while. Good to see everybody. 10 gifted memberships. Guys, that's pretty big. That's awesome. That's an insane way to start the stream, you guys. Theory, Action Dan, everybody in here, guys. Thank you so much. Guys, give Action Dan a pat on the back. How do you do? And thank you for the gifted subs, man. Welcome to the crew. Go ahead and spam some of those custom emotes while we're in here, man. Waiting for the Chargers pick at 22. Waiting for the draft to kick off here very momentarily. In about 3 or 5 minutes, I usually do all these, opening, remarks and stuff with the commissioner, and we'll get into it, man. Is it Cairo with the $2 holla? We're drafting a holder at 22. Let's go. Thank you guys so much for all the love, man. Dude, Action Dan, thank you so much. Theory, thank you so much. You guys are awesome. Chase, it says, yo, mama, good to see you. How's your sister? Good to see you, man. Hey, dudes. I need to see some names in the chat too, dude. I need to see some names of players that you want to see at 22. I have some selfish names. I think if we're going to go responsible, okay, outside of Vega and the other guys that we don't think are going to make it to us at 22, the guys that I would be pretty happy to see come off the board for the Chargers, again, this is where fitting a need and all that kind of stuff. Pregnon, I wouldn't mind. Basantis, both of them I wouldn't mind at 22. I would hope that we can trade down. But I think the edges are more than likely where I'm going to steer the ship, right? Because I think you're going to get, a decent value at 22. You're still going to have a pretty nice difference maker in there. And out of the ones that could be available at 22, I love Akeem Meador. I'm thinking it's less likely that he's there. TJ Parker is the other one that I kind of like a lot. I think that he could end up being a nice fit, and step into that Khalil role a little later down the line. So, yeah, I like it, man. I like it. And as far as selfishly, you know what? I every single season, man, I'm big on tight end. This is a good tight end class. At the top, there's some really nice ones. Sadiq would be amazing. There's several. Oscar Delp is one of my favorite a little later on. Some people think that he'll be off the board in the 6th round. That would be insane. I'd be happy taking him around the 4th or even the 3rd round. I think he's got a lot of upside there. Amar Cooper is another one that I like a lot. I think he could be pretty fun. I think there's a lot of playmakers out there, man, that could be a lot of fun. Oh, and McDonald, too, the defensive tackle. I think that he could be a pretty good piece in the middle of that line if we were to try and build the trenches on the defense as well. Stay hydrated. Trade up for Brandon Staley. Here we go, dudes. The draft. Are running the opener. Sadiq is so cool, dude. Thinking of that speed, the fastest tight end in combine history, paired with Justin Herbert's arm. Does it get any better than that? I think not. All right, I don't want to do it because it's going to be a long stream. We might need to turn these lights up. No, we're good. Let's be comfortable. Let's have fun today, dudes. Let's have fun. Bolt up director from Mr. One Love. Thank you so much. 59 months. Thank you guys so much, dude. I appreciate it. As we're getting ready to usher this in, I'm going to keep it out. You're going to see the screen change a couple of times. I'm trying to find the most aesthetically pleasing draft clock. I think it's actually going to end up being ESPN. We're going to do this while we're waiting for the draft to commence. I just now noticed they've got that nice tracker at the top. Something that I definitely do not hate. Let's see. Let's go with... There we go. This chat is frozen on stream. Oh, okay. We'll get that sorted here in just a second. Good catch. Good catch. Let's see if we can actually reset that. It's been a while since we've opened up this particular one, isn't it? Super chats. Yeah, here we go. Here comes the commissioner, dudes. Here comes the commissioner. We'll figure all this stuff out here in just a second. Let's usher this thing in, dude. Let's go, everybody. Get him out. Boo. Boo, commish. Boo. Boo. Boo this man. In Pittsburgh, dude. Oh, he's egging him on now. Okay. He's getting those opening remarks in right now. One of the most dominant franchises in history. The Pittsburgh Steelers. There's the chat on that. Sorry, everybody. No, I'm going to take my glasses off for this. 1 second here. There you got TJ Watt in the house. There we go. That's what I'm looking for up there. You guys see that? Yeah. We're going to get that at the bottom of the screen. Let's get you guys out of here. Get out of here, chat. We're going to fix that in a second. Boom! A little behind the scenes action. There we go. That looks good, right? That looks good. That looks good. I like it. Cam Hayward up here giving some opening remarks. On the clock. Do we put the needs in here? And all that? Yeah, it's a little messy. There we go. I think it looks pretty good. Yeah. Actually, one more thing before we get into it, baby. Let's actually make it a little smaller. There we go. And then we'll fix it once the names and stuff come up so it doesn't look weird. Aight. Oh, and that comes in like that too. Looks good. Looks good. Looks good to me. We'll see if we even use that one on the top. I think you guys will be able to see all the picks and stuff on the bottom anyway. Wesley! Big love to you too, my man. Good to see everybody. Good to see everybody. You know what's crazy? I'm so hyped up, my glasses started fogging. We'll put those on standby. Watch us get Lemon. How crazy would that be, dude? I keep telling everybody, man, don't sleep on wide receiver for the Chargers. It's the one thing this offseason that they have been pretty apparent about. They keep everything close to the vest. And wide receiver has not been one of them. They've been after everybody. They've been after Alec Pierce and A.J. Brown and Naylor and Evans and all these guys. Would not be the least bit shocked to see him go in on a wide receiver. It would be crazy in the first round, but who knows what could happen, man. There could be some players falling. You imagine a Jordan Tyson falling? It'd make me a little nervous, truth be told. Man. Director's biggest fan. The bestest username on the internet. Back at it again with my brother. Let's go. Thank you so much, man. Director's biggest fan. Welcome, welcome, welcome. The best use of username privileges I've ever seen on the internet, man. Thank you so much, dude. Okay, I got a question for you guys as well. Because this one's pretty important as well. What's a player that the Chargers could take that you would not like? Okay? What's a player that the Chargers would take that you'd be like, we wasted opportunity. We got, we're not addressing a need. You don't believe in the individual. What are some players that you'd be a little upset the Chargers take at 22? I honestly think it's a little difficult to mess it up. I think there's a lot of good players in terms of edge that should be there. At least one of them. You know what I mean? And there's some guys that honestly, like, they haven't been projected in the first round a lot, but I would love to see the Chargers at 22, like Zion Young, dude. Zion Young, him and TJ Parker, really fit the bill for me. And I honestly, I might even like Young a little bit better in some ways. Isn't that kind of crazy? I like Zion Young a lot. Outlet back with a $2 holla. Check it in. Vega or trade back, baby. Let's go. Who do you guys don't want to take? You don't want Fernando Mendoza? No Mendoza, no Simpson, no quarterbacks for the Chargers. I agree. Dude, I think it's interesting you say that. Is it Shad? It says Marvin Harrison Jr. to the Chargers in a trade. I have been thinking a lot about that one, too. Because you think about the potential trade up for the Chargers, or I should say the Cardinals, to get a quarterback. Marvin Harrison, who's been, up and down. I don't think living up to the expectation of the team. I would love Marvin Harrison on the Chargers. I think he finds new life here. Certainly with the quarterback situation he's going to have going on in Arizona. All right, real quick, while we got a second, guys, I'm going to see if I can fix this chat. Tat with the $5 holla. Yo, brother! What I missed, just got off work. You are here just in time, dude. Just in time. Here we go. The NFL draft is about to kick off here. The Raiders are on the clock. Let's get the chat up and running. And what's crazy, too, is that I think did that work? There we go. I think that the time was reduced, right? Yeah, they took like a full minute or something off of each pick. Something like that to make the whole experience for us like an hour shorter, which I appreciate a little bit. Because being here on stream 3 days in a row can be a little brutal. You really want pregnant? Okay, all right. We're going to get back into that in just a second here, too, because I think that's also pretty important. I want to see which players you guys are just hyped out of your minds to see to the Chargers. Giant director. I'm a creature of detail, and I was a little hidden behind the microphones there. There we go. How's that? That's kind of fun, right? You know, what's an interesting tidbit about this whole setup is that I originally designed it for a huge collaborative video I did back in like 2020. I think it was Justin Herbert's draft. Maybe it was the year after. No, it was Justin Herbert's draft because I remember, you guys know who KKS is? He's a Madden YouTuber. He was selecting for the Chargers in that video. I had 32 people putting in picks. They all have a space in the NFL or in Madden because that was kind of my circle back then. And we had a ton of pretty big names, dude, in that video. At MMG, if you guys know who he is. Anto was in it. Gut Fox was in it. Xerxes, you guys know who he is. He was in it. Like every big Madden YouTuber at the time that you can imagine was in that video. It was awesome. And I do think that KK ended up getting the pick correct, too. I think he selected Justin Herbert in that collaborative video. Anyway, we designed the whole thing around, obviously, this fun virtual draft experience, and I was like, dude, we're going to use that from now on because it looks pretty sick. I like it. Ralph St. Jake's trade down for Sadiq. I'm down. Dude's a beast. Dude, I think if you're going to get Sadiq, you're going to have to pick him at 22, if he even makes it to 22. And I would be totally fine with that if I'm being honest. Sadiq at 22, you give Justin Herbert a potential, like, literal wide receiver upside, number one target of the offense upside player. I'd be very happy with that. And I'm sure Harbaugh wouldn't mind seeing another Vernon Davis on his offense either. Hugo, the doorman boss, checking in as the first pick is in. Of course, we all know what it's going to be. In the 2026 NFL Draft, the Raiders select Fernando Mendoza, quarterback. The Indiana man on his way to Vegas. Interesting. What that's going to do for life in the AFC West. The Broncos recently finding their quarterback. The Chargers with Justin Herbert. Pat Mahomes been there a minute. He's starting to go over the hill a little bit. Now, new blood in the West, Fernando Mendoza. May I introduce you to the names of Khalil Mack and Tuli Tuipulotu, Bud Dupree, and perhaps a side of Cassius Howell. Did you guys see the collab I did with NFL Mike, the Bolt Bros, and Coach and these guys? In that one, they said, gun to your head, house is on the line. You got to get the pick correct at 22. Who do you think the Chargers take? And without thinking, I mean, I was thinking, but like just the instinct at the front of my mind, I was like, I think it's Cassius Howell. We'll see. That was predictive, right? We'll see what the pick ends up being. But I was like, Cassius Howell it feels like a lot of what the Chargers been looking for. Mendoza going to be the next Tua. We'll see. I mean, honestly, he looks fine. I think that it's there's just as much upside with him as other quarterbacks we've seen. Not the best quarterback draft, we'll tell you that much. Next year's going to be crazy. I think, honestly, we're fortunate that the Raiders got the first pick this year and not next year. You know what I mean? Because Mendoza, I think he has a chance of being fine. But next year, whew. Could have had a good career with Arizona. Him and oh my God, Rose. I'm gonna be brain farting all over the place today, man. It's been that kind of. I was literally up until like 4 a.m. I don't know if you guys ever do this, but I literally just sat there with my eyes closed for like 45 minutes, where I was like, crap. And I got on my phone and I was like looking up stats and looking up players and getting excited, just hyped out of my mind. And before I know it, I wake up. I'm like, man, you got like 4 hours of sleep, dude. But I've been on fumes with hype all day, and now we're finally here, dudes. The Jets are on the clock, and it does feel faster. I'm going to say that right now. 3 minutes left on the clock. That could be so nice on day 3. I don't know how much time, if they're going to be taking more time off. I know they did for the first round. That's going to help tremendously today. But, man, like these streams, I'm all hype right now. By day 3, I look like the Night of the Living Director. Just this corpse of my former self by that day. Just almost 1,000 people in the chat already, man. Thank you guys so much for joining. It's going to be an awesome weekend, man. Been waiting for this for weeks. Who's director's official pick this year? My official pick. So I got a couple. I got a predictive pick. My predictive pick is Cassius Howell. Okay, I think that if you're looking for edge rusher, I think it is going to be an edge. And if I had to pick from the ones just kind of predicting what I'm looking at and all that, I think Cassius Howell is the prediction. My personal favorite player is Kenyon Sadiq. I love Amar Cooper Jr. as well, but Kenyon Sadiq is definitely a favorite of mine. But I understand the team needs edge and they need guard more, and I'm more than happy to see one of those positions filled in the first round, because there are pretty good tight ends later in the draft too that we could be looking at. But yeah, fun to think about him in this offense. Enjoyed the off-season streams. It's like getting the fam together for the holidays. Do you want us to stay put or trade back? Eric, thank you so much. Good to see you too. By the way, School, thank you so much for the $2 holla as well. Again, here are my personal favorite outcomes for pick 22. At number 1, we get Vega. He somehow slides to the Chargers at 22. My second preference is that we do trade down. That's where I would like to be. If we can trade down, get some value, pick up one of those edges or guards, awesome. Third is best player available. And fourth, maybe the Chargers trade for somebody. It's not a bad year to trade your first-round pick, considering, the clump of talent between the tail end of the first round and maybe all the way into the first part of the third round. I wouldn't hate it, depending on who they go after. Oscar Delp in the 6th round. I'm telling you right now, I'm going to predict it. I think Oscar Delp at the very latest goes in the 4th. But if we can get him in the 6th round, dude, I'd be skipping around the room. The Jets select David Bailey. David Bailey. Edge, Texas Tech. To the New York Jets. Wow. The Arvell Reese rumors were correct. Yeah. The draft already hitting a left turn here in pick number 2. What pick last year was Travis Hunter? Was he 2 as well? Because last year everything went off the rails in the second pick as well. Or the top 5 at least. Wow, dude. Here we go. Already a left turn. Jets desperately need O-line, and they went edge. I mean, to be fair, David Bailey's awesome. Bailey is awesome. But what a way to start. I think Arvell Reese, to a lot of people, was the pick there at number 2. Eric, coming back with the $2 holla. How do you feel about the new coordinators? Very excited. Leary's one that I'm very interested to see. Hey! Dude, thank you so much, man. We're going to run that back here in just a second. O'Leary, I'm very excited to see his potential. But, man, dude, you cannot get better than Mike McDaniel in the NFL when it comes to running your offense, dude. That is extremely, extremely exciting. Zhang Po with the $22 holla. I went to IU, so I'd be happy with Omar Cooper at 22, or trade down and get Basantis and Gabe Akus. Okay, dude. I have to be honest with you. I don't know where everybody's head is at with Amar Cooper, but I just immediately, when I started looking into him, watching his highlights and all that kind of stuff, I was like, dude, who is this guy? This is legitimately the next prime Deebo Samuel. And I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. I'm the only person, willing to take him at 22, at least in my circle. You know what I mean? $22 holla, though, man. Thank you so, so much, dude. I appreciate the love. Omar Cooper Jr., if you guys haven't seen at least his highlights, please go check him out, man. He is an absolute dog, dude. He runs like a running back. He looks for contact. He basically think of what Deebo Samuel was with the Niners so many years back, and that's what you're going to get, dude. And I really like what we saw with Deebo and Ayuk for that, what, 1 or 2 seasons? Yeah, I feel like there's a very similar dynamic that could be had there between Cooper and Lad McConkey. I think it would be awesome. Thank you so much. $22, dude, thank you so much. Appreciate the love, dude. Theory backing up with another $5 holla. Watch for this pick to potentially be trade Reese to Kansas City. Yes, I've heard the somebody out there, was it the Underdog guys? I think somebody put a podcast out there saying there was connections between Andy Reid and all of this going way, way back. And that Reese to Kansas City could be a thing to look out for. Could be a thing to look out for. I'm going to refresh this real quick just to make sure everything's moving and grooving. There we go. Yes, thank you, Theory. Thank you. Fabian! Good to see you, dude. With 1:51 on the clock, too, dude. I kind of want to put that somewhere on the screen. That's fun. Do I still have that up here? Yeah. I mean, that's kind of cool, right? I don't know. Is Bolt Up, Director? Thank you for the stream. Fabian, thank you so much for being here, man. I appreciate everybody coming in to the stream again. Almost 1,000 strong already, and we're just a couple of picks into this thing, man. Thank you to everybody so much for the support. I really, really do appreciate it, man. Action Dan back again, 20 months, as we are coming down to the wire here with the Cardinals pick. He says, when do you think the first trade will happen? I think Theory has a really good point. I think it could happen inside the top 5. I think it's almost certainly going to happen inside the top 10. I think there's a lot of teams that want to move up that only see a small number of blue chip players this season. It's much smaller than most seasons that we're used to. So I would be very shocked to see anything, the first trade come after the top 10 picks. And it could happen in the top 5 too. There's people saying we're going to trade up for Love as well, which was pretty shocking. Thank you so much, Action Dan. We got Angel with the $10 holla. Do you think this roster is stronger than last year's overall? I think that in terms of acquisition and stuff like that, it's really hard to say that it is, because there's so many players that we have lost. But the fact that we're getting back the 2 tackles is so massive that you have to say yes. You know, losing Owe was not ideal. Losing a few of our players was not ideal. But getting back your franchise tackles is just it's going to make such a big impact that it's almost impossible for me to say no. If we're talking roster construction, they have a little ways to go, in my opinion. I think they can get there. Terra! In the chat, trade back. Let's get Pragnone. Pragnone very high on a lot of Chargers fans' lists this season. I would be absolutely so thrilled to see that. You like the timer? Okay, maybe we get the timer in here. Let me see. Maybe we resize it a little bit so it's not taking up all of your guys' comments too. Says the pick is in. Ooh. Yeah. Got so bored this offseason, I built my own mock draft site. Dude, are you serious, Sinful Hands? Your own site? That is some hype right there. Here's a Cardinals selection. With the 3rd pick, the Cardinals select Jeremiah Love. Jeremiah Love to the Cardinals. Yo! Maybe their most exciting running back since David Johnson, perhaps? Holy cow! That is shocking. I mean, there's a lot of talk about it. I know the Titans wanted him really, really bad. Titans fans were hoping to get their next, best running back since Derrick Henry. But that does a lot for the Cardinals. I'm going to say that right now. I think that's not a bad pick. It's crazy to see them, again, pass up on Arvell Reese. There's a lot of talk about Ruben Bane perhaps being the pick for them there, too. They need edge. But they want to get, a blue chip out of this class. And I don't blame anybody for taking Jeremiah Love, man. He looks awesome. He looks like the next big thing at the position. There goes Connor. Yeah. Who was the guy behind Connor this year, too? Everyone's like, oh, he's going to be the next guy. I remember having him in fantasy for a little while as well. Downs is the best player. The argument could definitely be made, dude. Definitely be made. Where's the first offensive lineman going to go, too? That's also a pretty big question, because I think you're going to see a pretty big run on him as soon as the first one's off the board. Trey Benson. That's right. I love Trey Benson. Trey Benson's cool, dude. I think that's fine. Reese is right there. Yeah, dude. And the Titans now on the clock as Jeremiah Love gets his photo taken with the commissioner. That's going to be crazy, dude. I think they had to supplement something on offense with Kyler Murray gone. They're still waiting to see what happens with Marvin Harrison. And then moving into the offense like that, I think you got to think that they're not going to let go of Marvin. I don't think they would have anyway. But it also makes me wonder if they really are going to try and get back in for Ty Simpson. If they're trying to move the needle on their offense, you definitely see it happening. Algier is flabbergasted. Is Algier now on the Cardinals? Oh, he totally is. Ooh. I love Algier, dude. BYU guy. I mean, they're going to make one hell of a 1-2 punch. Who knows what happens to Connor? Right to a team that wants Ty Simpson. It could be the Cardinals, dudes. It could absolutely be the Cardinals. They're talking Jeremiah Love now. Yeah, they're putting some resources into their offense, and Jeremiah Love opens a lot of what they can do, but they still need a quarterback, and there's this whole, I don't know if you guys have heard, this whole drama revolving around Jacoby Brissett. That it's probably not a bad idea. Probably not a bad idea. Now everybody's saying Beck is another quarterback to be looking at in the second round, too, so I don't know. Thunder Juice? Yes. The Thunder Juice. The water, but yes. My friend just texted me the Vontae Mack no matter what meme. You're seen, McKay. You're seen. What's up, everybody? Oh, hands throwing hands. Khalil Mack. Yeah, Vontae Mack is that character from the Draft Day movie, which I've seen way too many times. And nobody show up to his birthday. Lemons always sweet when they fall. Hey, that's... I like that. I like that. You guys imagine one of those top-tier wide receivers? I would imagine that it probably doesn't happen, but I don't know. Who knows? It's going to be a weird draft. I think it's already off to a crazy start. Arvell Reese still on the board. Who are the Titans going to go with, dude? Who are the Titans going to go with? Ruben Bane still on the board. It's got to be Reese, right? With the fourth pick, the Titans select Carnell Tate, wide receiver. Yeah, that's actually, yeah, that makes a whole lot of sense. Cam Ward, dude. He needed some help out there. He had nobody to throw to last year. And they're going to make it happen. Carnell Tate, the first wide receiver off the board. I think as a lot of people would have expected. He is awesome. And with that, the Giants are now on the clock. Outlet, big big love, dude. Arvell Reese still on the board. here in pick 5 as Carnell Tate now makes his way to the stage. That's crazy, man. Who do I not want Kansas City to take, says Saint. Hey, good to see you, Saint. I mean, at this point, Arvell Reese. But they're going to trade up. I think there's talks about them trading up. Who? Jeremiah Love is one that I was worried about, but he's going to be gone now, too. I think just one of the big edge rushers. Yeah, Ruben Bane. I'm getting my list and stuff out here. There we go. Rico! $2 holla or $20 holla.
Let's trade
What's
down.
going on, dude? Director, love that we're charged together for this draft. Let's trade down FTR. $20 holla, Rico. Thank you so much, dude. Did everybody see the tweet? I was so hyped all night, dude. I got so little sleep. It was a good time. $20 holla from Rico, man. Thank you guys so much. Welcome back. It does feel like a bit of a family reunion, doesn't it? Wow. Thank you so much, dude. Shout out to Rico. Give him some love in the chat, man. Can I get a bolt up, please, and some FTRs in the chat, please, for our guy Rico? $20 holla and some big hype out here, man. Big loved. Okay, so I got my list out here. And now I got to see, okay, who on the clock? So Reese, obviously. Ruben Bane is one that I've been worried that falls to them. Where are they? Pick 9? Yeah, I don't want Ruben Bane on the Chiefs. They could go with receiver too, though. Ugh, yeah, we'll see what happens there. We'll see what happens there. Dexter says, what up? So far, we all knew nothing. I know, dude. The left turn at pick 2, was it just like last year? Guys, remind me, was the trade with the Jags and Travis Hunter and all that, did all that go down in pick number 2 last year? If I remember correctly? The one thing we all know is that we don't know nothing when it comes to the NFL draft. The pick is in for the New York Giants, the new Harbaugh-led Giants. We get in here. Hey, there's McKay. Ah, dude. We got a Raiders fan in the chat. Everybody be cautious. Be cautious. That's my buddy McKay. He's fine. Everybody take it easy on the guy. We've been best friends since like 2nd grade. He says you paid for this. He says fat. Okay, the context behind that real quickly, all right? Every once in a while, all right, I'll send the guy a Venmo for $1. Just with a little note that says fat. And that's it. That's it. I like to keep my friends grounded. I think the dollar being, the good news. You see, I got somebody sent me $1. That brings you back down to earth a little bit. Keeps the egos in check. I think I like it. Big love, McKay. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're feeling well. How do you feel about Fernando Mendoza? I think he's going to be a funny personality to be mixing in with the Raiders in Vegas, dude. Big love, man. Hey, Brad TV with a 5. How would you feel your head coach missing day 3 of the draft to deal with? Dude, that's so crazy. The whole thing happening with the Patriots. I don't even know. I don't know how I would handle that. That is a lot. That is, especially as a married man. That is a lot to be thinking about while your team is on the clock. A coach who took you to the Super Bowl last year, yeah, nonetheless, that too, man. Insane. Insane. You guys want to give us a couple more FTRs in the chat from my buddy McKay? He's going to take Sadiq. I really hope not, but I mean, that makes sense. It makes a lot of sense with Travis Kelce and all that, dude. That would suck. I mean, that's happened with the Raiders. Brock Bowers is one of my favorite players ever in the draft, and he goes to the Raiders, and I could not have been more gutted in that moment. Red with the 56 months. Hey, Boat Brother Director. Good to see you, brother. Hope the family's doing good. Stay blessed. Stay blessed yourself, man. Thank you so much for the love in here, man. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Big, big love. Friends with the Raiders fan? Hey, I didn't know back then. He didn't know I was going to be a Chargers fan either. I didn't officially declare until I was in high school. But I didn't know he was going to turn out to be a dirty, stinking Raiders fan either. That guy was teetering between the Raiders and the Buccaneers. That's right. That's right. For years. Eric with the 5. Vrabel obviously doesn't care about rings too much. Ooh. Where's Sinful Hands? He's the one throwing hands. He's in the background. I need you to be like the hype guy behind. Ooh. All right, Eric. I see you. Are you saying the Chiefs did trade? Uh-oh. Yes, the Chiefs did trade the pick number 6, y'all. This is not a drill. Let's see who the Giants picks first. Now, at pick number 5, they select. Oh, they're doing their special message real quick before they revealed the Giants pick. Who did the Chiefs just trade up to get? The players that make sense to me are Arvell Reese. I don't want them to have Ruben Bane. Oh, man, I would hate for them to get Sadiq, dude. I know, dude. The stress is here, and it's alive. I am freaking out. With the 5th overall pick, the Giants select Arvell Reese. Okay, Arvell Reese is off the board. Pick 5. What a spot for him. The Giants have a ridiculous defensive line. So long. Kayvon Thibodeau. I think, dude, we should make a move for Thibodeau right now. We should trade our 3rd rounder for Thibodeau. Or we should wait, see if we can trade down, and then trade whatever pick that we acquire in the 3rd round for Thibodeau. I'd be happy with that. Although, making a trade now covers the edge position for later. It's all tough, but I think Thibodeau's more likely moving on after that pick. Yeah, I that's what I did in our little draft with NFL Mike and those guys. Dude, I'm stressing out hard about the Chiefs right now, dude. Who did they trade up for? Ruben Bane? Sonny Styles? Kenyon Sadiq? Please, no. Theory with the $2 holla. This may be for the right tackle. Yeah. Mauigoa. Yeah. Mauigoa is a great selection for them. Maybe they want it. Maybe that, I mean, that obviously does carry some concern too. Not as much as one of the other players, but in my opinion, Mauigoa, they want to get ahead of that run on offensive linemen, I think. And I think it's going to happen soon. That could have been it. Arvell Reese to the New York Giants. Yeah, I would get on the phone with Jim or with Jim and John and see if we can get something moving in the direction of the Chargers for Kayvon Thibodeau, dude. I'd be very happy with that. On one hand, I want to see who's there in the first round at edge for the Chargers. On the other hand, there could definitely be a run. You know what I mean? Jim or John or Jimmy Johns. So Kansas City is on the clock. I'm anxious to see who they're selecting. I'm very interested to see in what they gave up to move from 9 to 6. Harbaugh's very excited to get Arvell Reese on the team. John Harbaugh. That's going to be a scary, scary team, dude, with that pass rush for several years. Reese, Abdul, Brian Burns. That's disgusting. And of course, Thibodeau, who I'm almost certain that he's going to be moved after today, maybe even today. And Reese has to be pretty ecstatic too, man. Like, he gets to play again in some really good company. Really helps his transition into the league too. Wow, dude, who had that, dude? Who had that predicted? We already have our first trade. Like I felt it was going to be inside the top 10. Just missed the top 5. But who could have predicted David Bailey to the Jets? I think some people did. Jeremiah Love to the Cardinals. 3rd overall pick, running back. What's the highest running back was taken? I know that Ashton Genty was taken pretty high last year. Who was that Jaguars running back? That's the first one that came to mind for me. Carnell Tate to the Titans. And now Arvell Reese to the Giants. I'll go with the $3 holla. They gave up $9.74 and $1.48. Let me actually, that's a really good idea. I got to get Twitter up on here on my other screen so I can keep an eye on all this. Here come the Chiefs selection. With the 6th pick in the NFL draft, the Chiefs select Monster Delane. The best corner is off the board. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. They lost McDuffie. And they lost somebody else earlier, too. I think, yeah, okay. They went up to get a corner. That's an... I wonder, dude. I wonder if they just didn't think he was going to be there at 9. Delane's a good player. Don't get me wrong. I think he's going to be tough to play against, but that move. Let me go see what they gave up in terms of value here. FTC. Didn't see Delane as a first rounder either, dude. I mean, I do. I think he's absolutely going to be a very good player, but that's not nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be. So, I mean... I'll take it, I guess. I mean, watch us eat these words later because I think he's going to be a good player. Ain't that what's going on? $2 holla. No Sadiq for them, thank God. I don't know how high Sadiq goes, by the way. I think that we're thinking a little high even right now. I don't know top 10, but I could certainly see him in the teens. All right, hang on. I'm doing some math here in my head. So the Chiefs pick was worth $1,350 to the Browns $1,600. What did they give up again? I have that super chat up there. They gave up 74, which is worth 220. Okay, so the 250. Okay. And 148. Wow, dude, it's, yeah. It's almost on the nose. It's a difference of 252 points and on the chart that I'm looking at. And the climb was worth 250. It's crazy how accurate this thing is usually, dude. That is pretty crazy. So they gave up a 3rd round pick and a 5th round pick for Delane. Okay. I mean, if that's their guy, dude, that's their guy. That's their guy. Must have known something we didn't. Possibly. Mansour Delane. Do we see a run on DB now? Does Downs come off the board soon? A lot of people think he's the best player in this entire class, dude. Cole Kiddo with the 2. Yeah, must know something. Yeah. Little Raider style move. I was just thinking that too, dude. I was like, I mean, it's hard for me because I do like Delane. I think he's going to turn out good, but like, they gave up a lot to move up for a guy that I thought was going to be available for sure at 9. Maybe maybe everyone's higher on the DBs than we think. Neither with the 5. Can the Chargers please fleece someone for once? Oh man, dude, I'd be so stoked to see that. The pick is in, by the way, for the Commanders. We're about to get the reveal here. Thank you so much. $5 holla, man. Thank you so much. Here come the picks for the Commanders. That's actually pretty good, Sinful Hands. Bobby Wags up there for the Cardinals. Let's hear it. Who was that with them? Was they say that Lynn Swan? Wasn't he a... Steeler? With the 7th pick, the Commanders select Sonny Styles. Sonny Styles. Man, that's a good freaking football player right there too, man. I was kind of worried Sonny Styles may have been the pick for the Chiefs. That is a good football player. Lynn Swan's an OG Steeler. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good pick, dude. Sonny Styles is awesome.
Pick up the phone.
So with that was pretty cool seeing Bobby Wags up there to help usher in that pick, because I think Styles is going to be the next generational maybe linebacker. When's the last time a linebacker was taken inside the top? What was that? Pick number 7. Wow. Sonny Styles to Washington.
Pick up the phone.
The pick is in for the New Orleans Saints as we're watching Sonny Styles. Wow, that new cap. Grab some pictures. I like how fast this draft is moving, dude. I'm not going to lie. I dig it. So who's still on the board here? Ruben Bane, Mauigoa, Caleb Downs. Could be a pick here for the Saints. Theamman is another one that people love. Fono, Freeling. Ooh, okay. So they need edge. They need receiver. They need corner. So Mai Lemon, probably the next best wide receiver on the board. Ruben Bane, probably the best edge still on the board. Kind of, I'm interested to see how far Ruben Bane slides too, dude. For us folks over 30, we appreciate it too. I read the Chiefs gave up a first, second, or first and 2/3. They gave up their first, their third, and a fourth. I think was it their fourth or is it their fifth? I think it was a fifth. Yeah, their first, their third, and their fifth to move up a few spots to grab the corner. With all these unexpected picks, Awone might be there at 22. I think it's still kind of wishful thinking action, Dan. I really do. By the way, Happy Penguin, thank you so much for the $2 holla. I think there's a few teams that are just kind of that checkpoint where you're like, I don't know if he's going to make it to the Chargers 22. But again, positional value is the only reason I've kind of been like, there's a chance. There's always a chance that something could happen. I mean, that would be just so awesome. I think that would make a lot of Chargers fans happy. Never say never, but I think it would be a bit of a stretch. But we'll see. We'll see. We've seen it happen before. Derwin is probably the biggest example Chargers fans use in that situation. They haven't announced it yet, but I just saw it flash on the screen here, so I'm going to say it because this is actually kind of crazy. With the 8th pick, the New Orleans Saints have selected Jordan Tyson, wide receiver, Arizona State. And they're going to commercial and everything, too. What a world we live in, man. I don't like being spoiled, but I get it because the internet, you know what I mean? But we're already on to who's the next team on the clock. Is it the Browns? Yeah, the Browns now on the clock. And these guys are in commercial. Jordan Tyson. Wow. I mean, he absolutely killed it at his pro day. But what a dice roll inside the top 10. For who could be the best wide receiver in this class. A lot of people said he could end up being the biggest wide receiver in this class. The injuries, man, they're stacking up. They're scary. Even if, like, this is how crazy it is, that even if the Chargers had him slide all the way down to 22, I'd still be like, okay, cool, awesome. There could be an awesome, outcome to this whole thing, but I'm still scared as heck. And that's with pick 22. Imagine pick 8. Yo. But, I mean, it's undeniable. Like, if he works out for them, him and Olave, Chuck is going to be shucking it up there. Yeah, dude, I mean, it's hard to hate. It's hard to hate. He's a great wide receiver, but that is such a risk. I wonder how Saints fans feel about that. I have a Saints fan in my fantasy football league. Actually, somebody I went to high school with, too. And I'm going to have to text him later and see how he feels about it. Tat with a $10. Hey, director, if we get Vega, I'll do a backflip. Please, Tat. I would love to see that. I would love to see that. If I could, I would. But I would definitely be very excited, man. Very, very excited to see Vega to the Chargers. That would be absolutely so awesome. $10 hollow, man. Thank you so much, dude. Big love in the chat for our guy. Tat, 760. Big love, man. Yeah, I get it. We don't want to see spoilers, but it's crazy that NFL Network is still in commercial. And by the time we get back, the Browns are going to be done with their pick too, and the Giants are going to be back on the clock. Yes, they are. The Giants are on the clock already, and these yahoos are still in commercial. Move it along! Taste of the $5 holla. Can't wait to watch. Be on the clock and go to commercial for the 6th year in a row. Dude, I know, dude. I know. And now the way with it's going right now, I would not be the least bit shocked. I bet you the league's going to have a talk about this later because I don't know how they're going to fit in all of these commercials and advertisements with how they shaved down the time per pick. Because I just now saw the Browns pick flash on my screen too. I just saw the Browns pick. The Giants are already on the clock, and we haven't announced Jordan Tyson to the Saints. Yeah, they're very behind. They are very behind. I mean, it doesn't matter the broadcast, right? Like that's all happening at the same time. There is a traffic jam at pick number. Where were they? Pick number 7, 8. Crazy. And Dindo with the 5. Sadiq and Ione, they're at 22. Who do you take? Ione, for sure. I would take Vega in a heartbeat over Sadiq. Sadiq is a personal favorite. I would be very excited personally for Sadiq, which is funny because I said the same thing about Hampton last year. I was like, I understand where we're at. I understand we have other needs, but my goodness, I love Amari and Hampton. That's where I'm at with Sadiq this year. And Sadiq, I mean, honestly, if he's there, he could absolutely be their best player available at 22. I don't know if I see him slide to 22. Vega certainly would be the best player on the board. And the only way I see him sliding all the way down there is positional value. Adina, thank you so much. $5 holla. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Randall Rosnick with the $20 holla, dude.
Wanted to pop in and keep the tradition rolling. Knee. Bolt up mofos.
Renee! Big love, dude. Bolt the freak up, man. Renee! Big love, dude. $20 holla. Welcome back, Randall, man. I appreciate it. Renee! You're getting 3 today. You're getting 3 today, man. Jordan Tyson. Thank you so much. Give him some love in the chat, man. Give Randall some love in the chat. Thank you guys so much. Jordan Tyson, who, by the way, looked ridiculous in his pro day, being the selection for the Saints. I see why. Do I roll the dice at 8? I don't know. I go Mai Lemon there. But, I mean, I guess there's a bit of redundancy with him and Olave, so I guess I see what they're going for, but we'll see if it works out. I'm rooting for the guy. He's a really fun football player to watch. Really scary to stay on the field, but he's awesome. He's awesome. He's awesome. I'm going to give NFL Network like a few more, like a minute more before I give you guys the Browns pick, because this is crazy how far back. But, I'm just going to do it because I've been staring at it for like 5 minutes already. With the 9th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Cleveland Browns select Spencer Fono, tackle out of Utah. Good pick by the Browns, dude. Good pick by the Browns. He's going to be awesome. We all know he's going to be awesome. They had a complete turnover of their offensive line. They went out and they got a bunch of new pieces. Now they got this Fono guy out of Utah. I think is going to serve them very, very well. That's a good pick by the Browns. You want to see me in left guard? Give me some pads. Good pick, dude. And the Browns, they've always had, in my opinion, for the longest time, they've had a pretty good offensive line. So that doesn't shock me in the least. In the least. Poor guy's probably crying. He's got to go to Cleveland. Poor guy. I mean, he gets to block for Quinshon Judkins. That's pretty cool. You know what I mean? I don't know what the heck they're doing at quarterback, but that's pretty cool. Wayne Sadiq and more runs a wide receiver, maybe another reach somewhere else, keep Vega sliding. Again, I don't see him making it past 14 to the Ravens. I think it's very unlikely that the Ravens don't select him at 14. There's several other teams I think that would love him between them and us. The Jets, the Lions, Dallas, perhaps. Pittsburgh would take him. It'd be a miracle, but stranger things have happened. Going to the Saints. Chuck came out of nowhere last year, though, so I don't know. Maybe he's excited. Olave. They got an offense brewing over there. Here come the Browns pick as they're getting booed. Jordan Tyson, he heard the boos and looked up at the wall immediately like, oh, my God, what? And it's because the Browns pick is on the board in Pittsburgh. Is going to happen. 6 teams want Vega. Let's trade down and keep it pushing. Yeah, I see it. The trade down is... Don't get me wrong. Vega being there, I would be absolutely so excited. But the next best thing I think we should all be rooting for is certainly a trade down. I'm absolutely on board with that. Theory with the $5 haul. Thank you so much, dude. Travis with the 5 says, Bolt up from Atlanta, now just tuning in. What's your ideal first-round pick, and who has anything crazy happened? Yes, it's already been crazy. The Jets went with David Bailey. The Cardinals grabbed Jeremiah Love. The Chiefs traded up for Mansour Delane. It's been a crazy night already. Here come the Browns pick as they're going to announce Spencer Fono, tackle Utah. Crazy start to things already. The players that I want, obviously Vega and these guys, but I want to trade down. I would love Sadiq, but I think we go for edge or guard, which is not a bad spot to take one at 22, but I would hope that we can trade down. Spencer Fono. His family in Utah going bananas. As a big dude. So with that being said, the Giants are back on the clock. They started off their draft pretty strong, getting Reese all the way down at pick number 5. How are they going to follow this up, dude? Who's still on the board? And what's their biggest needs? I think they still could go for wide receiver. Mai Lemon. Yeah, maybe him and Malik Neighbors. I wouldn't see a big problem with it. They could go offensive line, certainly, too. Mauigoa could be there. They just lost Dexter Lawrence. Do we see a defensive tackle go that high, though? I don't know. They just took edge. Yeah, I don't know, dude. They can go a couple different ways with this pick. Got to see how they're feeling with their offense. The pick is in for the Giants, by the way. Here it comes. Here comes the pick for the Giants. John Harbaugh building something out there. We know what the Harbaugh is. With the 10th pick, the Giants select Francis Mauigoa. Mauigoa. And you're looking at a John Harbaugh rebuild in New York, dude. New York needs a team. I know the Bills, but the Jets and the Giants have sucked so bad for so long. It's cool seeing them finally move in the right direction. What does last year's Giants do? I don't think you pass on Reese no matter what at 5. At this pick, I could have seen him going a couple different ways. Downs, Theamman, they probably would have been the team for Sadiq. Or even Lemon, yeah. Yeah, Downs, dude. Downs. That's another destination I thought would have made a lot of sense for him. As the Cowboys now on the clock at pick number 11. We're halfway home! Wow, we're already halfway home. Round 1. Ho ho. Mauigoa and the Giants building the trenches in New York. Randall with the 5. Trade down. If Awane is there and we're off a higher second and a third, or take it, or okay, so Awane, you're saying, do I take Awane or do I trade down so another team can take Awane? I would take Awane. For sure, I would take Awane. At 22, if he slid that far, I'd be thinking my lucky stars. But there's other players I feel that way about at 22. That a lot of Charger fans will be like, what are you talking about? Take the guy. He's there. I would trade down. Honestly, Sadiq, I would understand. I would be bummed, but I would get it if somebody traded up with us to get him. McCoy is another one. I mean, if Jordan Tyson's going at number 8, why not McCoy at 22 if he slides? Meador, maybe one of these, I don't know. There's several players I would feel comfortable doing that with, but I think Awane I definitely take. I'd definitely take him. Thank you so much, though, man. $5 holla. But again, I think it's unlikely, and more than likely, we're all going to be pounding the table to trade out of 22 when the time comes. You think the Rams are taking Sadiq? I mean, that would make some sense, too. They would have a lot of weapons out there. The Cowboys pick is in. As Mauigoa shares his remarks. They're trying to get caught up here. McDaniel doesn't value guards, though. It's so difficult to have that conversation because you are absolutely correct. Can you imagine a world where Vega is on the board at 22 and we pass? That would drive the internet insane. But I have also said this several times throughout the offseason. Don't be shocked if the Chargers don't take guard until day 3. It could happen. I really hope it doesn't happen. I really hope they take somebody in the first two rounds. But it's hard not to look at that comment and be like, yeah, you could be right. That with the $2. Bane's still on the board. Bane is still on the board, dude. And this is what everybody was saying. There could be a slide here. And it could be the Cowboys, for all that we know. They need edge. Parsons is gone. Ruben Bane is not a bad way to move. If you got to start filling out that position, what else does it say they need? They need safety. Oh, it could definitely be Downs here, dude. Definitely could be Downs here. Corner. I think Delane's probably the biggest one that you make the move that high for. I think Bane or Downs is going to be the pick here for the Cowboys. And it is crazy to see Bane sliding this far down already. Theory back with the 5. Hey, family, I'm not an admin, but can we please keep the spoilers out of the chat? Oh, yeah, please and thank you. Please and thank you. Be courteous. Be kind. Rewind. I'm trying to avoid it until I see the picks as best as possible, because that's the way I like to consume on my NFL content. But it is kind of crazy how the NFL is just like, yeah, you got a commercial. We're like 3 picks behind. Commercial. I think we sold some commercials. We got to show a commercial. No. Announce the pick.
Hold up,
Game time. $20 holla. What's up, dude?
Love you all.
He says, what up, Bull fam? Are we hoping for Akeem Meador? Love y'all. Yes! Yes! Please, yes! Yes! Theories begging the admins. I would be very happy with Akeem Meador. I think, like, one of the only docs on him is his age. And I get that some teams are not gonna want to have to deal with that, but the Chargers are a win-now team where edge is a certainly big, important position. I would absolutely do it. I would love Meador. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. $20 holla from Game Time FBS. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Big love, dude. Big love, man. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Give him some love in the chat, baby. I think it's about time we get Theory on the board with the mods. What say you, Theory? I didn't ask formally, so I won't be offended if that's not what you want to do. But I was like, I think Theory's up there with the guys. I don't mind up there with the sword. Yeah. Big love, Theory. Game Time FBS, thank you again so much for the $20 holla, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. With the 11th pick in the NFL draft, the Cowboys select Caleb Downs. That's a good value. Good value for the Cowboys. I'm sure they're excited because I'm sure he was a fit for them. Good move for the Cowboys. Thank you so much, my man Theory. Welcome to the Mods Club, the Mods Corner. Hey, no worries, Hugo. No worries. Thank you so much, man. Wow, dude. And you know what? Yeah, while we're at it too, man. We've seen Satan here a long time. I'm only gonna hand out 2 today. Because I very seldom hand out mods. I gotta really get to know these guys, right? Let's get Saint in here with the mod sword as well, man. Saint and Theory, welcome to the Mods Corner. Let's go. Behind the Saints. Let's get it. Thank you guys so much. Caleb Downs. Randall with the 5 says, so I'm looking to fly out to SoFi this year. What games are you looking at to attend? Us non-locals should band together and attend some... Dudes, so I almost always announce, actually pretty early too. I like to do it within a pretty reasonable time window between when the schedule is announced and when we can buy tickets and all that kind of stuff. I'll usually announce what game I'm deciding to go to pretty close to when the schedule's released and the tickets go on sale. Because I'll do the one a year. You know what I mean? I go one time a year, fly out, the whole shebang. Every other game on here with you guys. But it's a really good time. So I will let you know, Randall. Make sure you're following me on Twitter. Because that's where I normally make the announcement. I will come say it a lot, too, on my videos. Like, hey, this is where I'm going to be if anybody wants to catch me. Because I've had a lot of people that said we wanted to stop by to this game in particular so we can come say hey. And now that I'm working with the Die Hard Bolt Club, we have like a spot now on Thunder Rally that people can come say hey, which has been just crazy. It's so awesome. Awesome of you guys to come and support in person, man. I do appreciate that. But if you're looking to go to a game just to see me, I think everything would be a lot of fun. Out-of-towners, they'll all come hit the scene at the same time. They usually put something together, too, really fun afterwards or beforehand. I don't know. It could be a good time. Could be a good time. Thank you so much, man. Outlet back with the $5 holla. As a Dallas native, they need McCoy and Theamman later. Okay. because that's right. They do have 2 picks, huh? I just think Downs is one of the best players in the draft, though, and I think he could have been a big need and BPA for them. Maybe they can still get McCoy later. I don't know. But yeah, I wouldn't hate that if I was a Cowboys fan, for sure. For sure. Hey, big love, Saint. Oh, you're all good, Saint. You're all good. One of those rare instances once a year where we're like, we're just kind of flying by the seat of our pants here. Eric says, bro, you're almost 60K. Remember when there was only a few hundred of us? It's been a wild ride. Dude, yeah, it absolutely has been. Thank you, everybody. Dude, there's already 1,500 people in here. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, dude. Thank you for choosing the Director as your live stream destination for your Los Angeles Chargers. Thank you guys so much, man. That is awesome. Come a long way. Long way. And the Cowboys excited. What do we got now? The Dolphins on the clock. We good to do this yet? It doesn't like that. Dolphins on the clock. Dolphins. This could be Mai Lemon here, right? They could go McCoy. This should be Ruben Bane, actually. This should be Ruben Bane. I could see Bane. I could see Lemon. But they have a big change at coach, too, this year, too. But the Cowboys and the Dolphins both have 2 picks, so we'll see how they want to navigate it. Here come the Dolphins pick at pick number 12. Kaden Proctor. They went defensive tackle. I don't hate it. I love Kaden Proctor. I really, really do. This is the highest I've thought he would go. I thought he was going to be in the mid-teens. I guess this isn't too big of a reach. The best run defending tackle in. Excuse me. The offensive Kaden Proctor. The best, biggest offensive tackle in the draft. Everybody was kind of worried that he was going to be this big fumbling dude, but I don't know, man. Alabama tackles, I think they get a bad rap. And I think that he doesn't follow that particular mantra. The biggest question is, what are they going to do with him? They got to play him at tackle, though, right? Proctor. Hang on, give me 1 second here, folks. Might we have another trade? Kaden Proctor to the Miami Dolphins. Who's up next? The Rams. Oh, okay, dude. This is where I'm starting to hold my breath for Kenyon Sadiq. You need to. Yeah, the Pepperidge Farm remembers. Pepperidge Farm. Big love to you, Eric Black. Fingers crossed for Vega. I think. Okay, so what do we have? Who's coming up here? So I think the Ravens are legitimately the first team where I'm like, it could be guard at 14. We'll see what happens, though, because, again, look at this slide of a couple of these players, man. Ruben Bane is still on the board at pick 13. The Rams need a wide receiver, too, as well. I mean, Lemon. But Ruben is such a value, too. Just don't take Sadiq. Please. Rams might go wide receiver. I think Lemon is not a bad pick for them here. Chris with the $2 holla. We may have our pick of the lot. Tackle, guard, tight end, defense tackle, corner. Who knows, dude? We got a long time between us and them. But imagine Vega available at 22. That'd be awesome. I just think, again, there's a lot of teams between us that could definitely use a guard. The T-Rex arms, though. Yeah, I don't know, dude. It's hard because I understand that. That's a legitimate concern. Like, this is $1 million+ decision, tens of millions of dollar decision. So you can't take these details lightly, but Bane just looked like an all-around monster, dude. Like, life handed him this, short-handed him this situation, and he made the most of it anyway. He's been an absolute beast, and I don't know. I think it's crazy that he's sliding this far. You go with the 5. Sorry, but can we have a slower chat? Is that possible? Let me see. Let me make sure I actually made the setting. Hang on. Okay, we're going to bump it down a few more seconds. There we go. We got you, Hugo. Big love, baby. Sorry, I thought you were trying to say that before. As we're waiting for the Rams pick to be announced, which the pick is in. It's saying on the TV and not on the site here. The pick is in. That would put the Ravens on the clock, and the Ravens, that's the first team to really be keeping an eye on the Vega situation. Garcia with the 5. What are we hoping for, and what do we think will happen, Sir Director? We're hoping for Vega to slide to 22. We're thinking we're going to get edge, and there's some good edges in that range. I think realistically, Meador, Parker, Howell, Young, I think those are going to be the picks that you're looking more likely to happen at 22.
To end of the season carries a lot weight in winning the number 1 seed of the NFL this year. Mark my words. Number 1 Hugo DeBooz, what up?
What up? The middle or the end of the season carries a lot of weight in winning number 1 seed. Yeah, I normally go like November, October, somewhere in that window there, and it's been a lot of fun. I'm not gonna lie. That's a good time to go watch a primetime game. But I've also thought a lot about, what if we go somewhere in, it's just harder with the holidays and all that kind of stuff, to travel a little closer to Christmas. But I think especially in this Harbaugh era where playoffs, you know what I mean? Like I would definitely not hate it. I wouldn't hate it. And if you're flying in, I mean, I don't know what the move is, but me personally, I like to stay somewhere nearby the stadium, at least within like a 10-minute drive, 15-minute drive, because it can get really crazy trying to get a ride back if you do ride share. If you're going to rent a car, I think you'll be okay. Just make sure you're understanding. You're going to pay a lot of money for that pass to park there. That probably is the move. But me and my wife, we don't like to, we want to have to rent a car for just, a couple of days. So we usually just take ride share. But that would be my suggestion. I'm sure there's plenty of more suggestions. Good ones. And this reminded Jesse Minter loves a DT. Okay, yes, and that's what I was saying. Kaden Proctor. This was the kind of year I was having. Kaden Proctor to Caleb Proctor to Caleb Banks. There was one that I missed before there too. The guy that we're talking about here. And Caden McDonald. So Kaden Proctor, Caden McDonald, Caleb Proctor. There's a lot. There's a lot of mixing of names, and I'm a terrible, terrible human being when it comes to that. Here comes the pick for the Rams. So who knows? Maybe they do go defensive tackle. Caleb Banks, Peter Woods, Hayden McDonald. You never know. Thank you so much, Chris. $2. And Dida with the 5 says, should the Chargers swap first rounds and give them a 27 third or QJ? If they can get anything in 27, I would do it. Quentin Johnson, they've already been pretty vocal about not doing that. But again, who knows what's real anymore? The Rams select at 13.
Pick up the phone.
Ty Simpson. The Rams just took Ty Simpson at 13, dudes.
Pick up the phone.
Are the Cardinals just screaming right now? That's good and bad for us. It's good because talent is falling. It's bad because the Cardinals, I'm sure we're hoping to trade up with somebody, hoping maybe it being us. But all that stuff aside, what? If anybody predicted that, they can legitimately see the future. Oh my goodness. And here come the Ravens, who have their pick of Ruben Bane, Inaman, Sadiq, Lemon, Freeling. There's obviously Vega, McCoy, Meador, TJ Allen. Oh my God, dude. Ty Simpson just went at 13. Tad's like, what's going on, $2? What's going on? I can't believe. I mean, obviously they're setting themselves up. They're playing. They pulled a Green Bay Packers, where they're setting themselves up post Matthew Stafford. But I legitimately cannot believe it happened at 13. I can't believe somebody didn't try to trade down. Maybe they did. Maybe the Rams said, screw you, we're taking our guy. We don't want somebody to sneak up on Ty Simpson. Wow. The Rams don't have a first-round pick in forever, and they go with Ty Simpson. Wow. That has to be the shocker of the night, right? I can't think of anything topping that. Oh, my God. You have to be just so pumped if you're Ty Simpson right now. I can't believe that just happened, dude. I mean, with every player that's taken higher than we think, there's going to be a slide of something. Again, it's hard for me to think about Vega and these other guys making it to us, but I cannot believe Ty Simpson is a Ram in the first round. Need it with the 5. Rams moving back to St. Louis. Misery or however it's spelled. I will be honest with you guys, like Ty Simpson to me, I mean, I guess. But they must really like this guy, dude. I am so... Wow. The pick is in for the Ravens. Let me guess, we're about to go to commercial. Which puts the Bucs on the clock right now. I have some Rams people I'm going to need to check up on after this. I cannot believe they took Ty Simpson, dude. I cannot believe it. Why do I have Rams people? I was just a Madden guy for too long. At 14, the Baltimore Ravens select Vega 1A. Boo! I'm happy that the city of Pittsburgh is booing the Ravens during this selection. Boo! We knew it. We knew it. Minter's a real jerk. Never liked the guy. We knew it was happening. We knew it was happening, dude. The question is Ruben Bane about to become a Buccaneer at 15? I cannot believe that slide. Wow, Ty Simpson to the Rams. Wow. Yeah, they're showing footage of Vega and why he's awesome and why he would have been great in powder blue and all that, but we knew, I mean, this is where we all expected him to be gone. Everybody said Ravens. 14, he's off the clock. We got a ways to go till the Chargers pick 8 more picks, and then the Chargers. Let me just take a look at the 8 available players. We got Bane, Theamman. These guys are all going to be gone. Freeling, Lemon, McCoy, Meador, McWarren, Neil Warren, Sadiq. Did I count Sadiq twice? I don't know. I think at very minimum, we're still going to end up a pretty good player, dude. Avion Terrell's another one that's really been catching my attention lately, too. He would be awesome for the Chargers. He ran a really crappy 40 due to a hamstring injury or something like that, but he is not that slow. He is very good cornerback. Caden McDonald wouldn't be a bad pick either. Into it, the 2. What happened to the Ravens Charger layups? Yeah, I know. Vega, even without John there, made too much sense for old Buddy Minter. But we were prepared for this. We thought a lot about this, and in my heart, I knew Vega wouldn't be there. So where does that leave us, guys? Where does that leave us? Remember my preferences of things that I hope to happen? Number 1, Vega sliding to us. That didn't happen. Number 2 was a trade down. I'm kind of surprised nobody's traded up yet. The pick is in for the Buccaneers. They need edge. It's crazy. I mean, what if Bane... I can't even think that. I've not even thought that once this season. Hoping to get him. Rufus, I say we trade down at this point. Thoughts, director? Yeah. So these were my preferences from top to bottom. Vega slides, we get him. Yay! Didn't happen. Second was to trade down. Yay! Value, and we get to pick a player in a good range. 3 was BPA. Gotta wait and see how the board looks at that time. I guess 4, and we can add that now, especially that Vega's off the board. Trading for a player, I'm not super opposed to this year either. If we wanted to go get somebody that really fits them, I'm going to say this right now, okay? I need to get this out into the universe. I'm sure I'm wrong, okay? I'm more wrong than I'm right. Everybody is, when it comes especially to sports. But my gut has been just throwing this idea of wide receiver at me for a while. And it snuck up on me at first because I don't really see it as a big need. You know, it's not what I would do personally. Like, I love Kenyon Sadiq, but I still wouldn't pull that trigger. You know what I mean? If there was a really good edge there at 22. But my gut has been pushing wide receiver, and there have been rumors about BTJ, Brian Thomas Jr., perhaps being available. All I'm saying is that don't be extremely shocked if the Chargers make a move for a wide receiver. It could be external, BTJ or something, because Brian Thomas Jr. was a massive name on their board during his draft. Like his class, like it was Neighbors and it was Brian Thomas Jr. I guess, I don't know where Marvin Harrison was on that list, but they had Brian Thomas super, super high. So we know what they think about him. And if he's available for trade, like I'm just, again, whether it be a wide receiver in the draft, again, there's guys I really like there at wide receiver, don't be shocked. Is it what I think's going to happen? No. Is it what I would do? No. It's just that's the gut this year. And to be fair, the gut last year was Hampton. The gut before that was Ladd McConkey in a trade-up, which all happened. I did, of course, want Malik Neighbors like a lot of people. Alt was definitely the better choice. Absolutely the right call. But we did call Ladd McConkey. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Daniel. Denzel Boston could easily be the pick. Me personally, in that range, if he's there, I would go nuts if we got Amari Cooper Jr. in terms of wide receiver. But I honestly really don't mind trading the pick. Tat says, do we trade up for Bane? I don't know. We're waiting for the pick here. I would be shocked if the Bucs don't take Bane here at 15. Who would have thought Bane would have been here at 15? And they need edge. They should go Bane. Tat, thank you so much. $2 holla. Chris, we haven't really considered Caleb Lomu. I mean, yeah, we could. He's interesting. I guess not. I guess we could think about that. And Dino with the 5. We need an X receiver that is fast, strong for the playoffs. Yeah, and I don't necessarily need like a whole lot of speed, but we need a perimeter threat for sure. The Buccaneers select Ruben Bane. Ruben Bane. Yeah, obviously. Obviously Bane. Obviously Bane. They have to be ecstatic to see Ruben Bane still on the board at 15, and it's a good spot for him. Yeah. Okay. Finally, the world makes a little bit more sense. Again, Ruben Bane off the board. Who are we looking at? Theamman, Freeling, Lemon, McCoy, Meador, CJ Allen, if you want to go. McNeil Warren, Falk. It's poll time. Check your polls. How does the chat feel about Keldrick Falk? Because there are some strong opinions about Falk at 22. The Jets are on the clock, by the way. Ruben Bane at 15 is nuts. Ty Simpson at 13 is even more nuts. Yeah, y'all are not in on Keldrick Falk, and I get it, dude. There is a lot that you're going to have to do with this guy in order to get him up to where you need him in the NFL. But his measurables are insane. He's got all the tools that you're looking for. I should say all the pieces to work with that you would hope to build up into a good player. And the Chargers are a situation where, like, they could rotate him and he could take some time. Like Thule. You know what I mean? So I threw that out there because, again, it's another one of those don't be shocked things. I personally wouldn't hate it. Is it the direction I would go with all the other edged players on the board? No. But I could see it. Ruben Bane getting his moment while we're waiting for the Jets selection to be announced. Ruben Bane to the Buccaneers. Crazy, dude. Crazy, crazy. Crazy. So the Jets, they've already got David Bailey. They still need wide receiver. Lemon is right there. They could go offensive line. They could go corner. But the pick is in for the Jets. The pick is in for the Jets. Jets, Jets. Where are they going to go? Dude, we're almost at 2,000 people? Y'all are crazy. Hit that like button. Thank you guys so much, dude. Big love, man. Big love. I really appreciate that, guys. Thank you so much. The Jets at pick number 16. With their 16th pick, the Jets select No! 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 Screw you, Jets! It took Kenyon Sadiq. I am so sad. The Jets have screwed us in many ways at tight end. Thanks for Tyler Conklin. He's going to take Sadiq. Weird pick for him too, dude. They had other things they had to be doing. I love Sadiq, so I'm not going to bash the pick. He's going to be great no matter where he goes. I'm sad. But again, I didn't think he was going to make it to the Chargers anyway. I wanted it to. Him and Vega were like the ones I'm like, please. But it is what it is. It stings. It hurts. It hurts. Trade down. Of course, you probably won't see a trade down until we're closer to 22, man. I would say 20, 21 at the very earliest when you're going to see hopes of a Chargers trade down. Bolt game with a $2 holla. What's up, baby? Randall with the 5. The draft is not falling our way enough to not trade at this point. Yeah. Let me go make sure we didn't miss any other super chats. I would feel really bad. The problem with that is that you need two to tango. You got it. You need a dance partner if you're going to trade down. And that is much easier said than done. I think that the Chargers want to. I'm sure they're going to try. They're going to get on the phones. They did this last year. But they got on the phones and they tried their hardest. Nothing really materialized. In the end, they went with their best player available, which was Omarion Hampton. That's kind of what I had predicted to happen this year. It was that the Chargers try and trade. They can't. They go with best player available. But we can hope. We can hope. some players or some teams feel really strongly about maybe some guys that are still there. One of the edges, maybe there's a wide receiver somebody's infatuated with. Yeah, I don't know. But that's where I'm at. That's my second preference after Vega is a trade down. Chargers don't want a tight end. Yeah. But fortunately for us, though, and this is the one bright side of this, at least for me, is a good tight end class. It really is a good tight end class. And history dictates and suggests that Joe Ortiz is good at finding good tight ends, as we saw with Oronde Gadsden. There are good tight ends in this class that I think I would be very happy with. Of course, my fan favorite, I should say, one of my personal favorites later in the draft, Oscar Delp, could be a consideration. The Chargers only have 5 picks, so I don't know if they do go tight end, but it's a good class if they decide to go in on one. Dowers is really fun, but you probably want somebody that can block a little bit more. Roosh, really, really good. Trigg, another guy to take a look at. Justin Jolly. There's the Utah guy, Dylan Bentley. Koziol. I don't know how to pronounce that. People were talking about him too. Yeah, it's a good tight end class. We'll see. We'll see. As we are waiting for the now Lions, who are on the clock. Chris, back with the 5. Would you rather stick and pick, but it's C.J. Allen, or trade out of the first round for Basantis Mesidor? Absolutely, 100 million %. I would trade out for Basantis or Mesidor. I think one that you're hitting a bigger need and you're hitting a much bigger value. I like C.J. Allen a lot, but like I have not really put us as the team with him. Maybe it happens, he could be awesome, but I just think that their need at edge and guard way supersede their need at linebacker, which is still a need, but I don't know. He is awesome. He's big. He's probably one of the best you'll find versus the run in a while. You know what I mean? And I think he fits exactly what the Chargers would like to do. But I think at this point, I would absolutely, in that scenario, I would absolutely trade back and get one of those guys. Especially if it's Mesidor. But now I'm starting to think Mesidor's getting in that territory where he's going to get taken too. And it could be right here to the Lions. He can go to the Lions easily. I think the Lions, the Bears, who else before us would be a good Mesidor destination? The Cowboys. Yeah, there's a lot of places, teams that could take him. But that's the beauty of this draft, is that there's so many good edges. Even if he's gone and the other guys are gone, like I would be fine with Parker and Howell, and Falk is a stretch, but I would get it, Pregnon, though, dudes, how you feel? Would you? Who's in on Pregnon at 22? How many people? Y in the chat, or for yes, N in the chat for no. Who's in on Pregnon at 22? Some people think it's too high. You would only do it in a trade down. I would be fine with it if I'm being honest, because I would get it. But it just doesn't feel like a Ortiz thing, if I'm being honest with you. It feels like he's going to go BPA. I mean, it could be Pregnon if we're all being honest with ourselves, but I don't know. Yes, no, yes, What about Peter Woods? I'd like Peter Woods. I think Peter Woods would make a lot of sense too. Defensive tackle would make a lot of sense. Peter Woods in particular would. Him, Lee Hunter. These guys that are like Caleb Banks. Here's the Lions pick. Blake Miller. They're going to take the tackle out of Clemson. Okay, we may see a run on tackle here. Who else do we have at tackle? Blake Miller over Freeling is interesting. Max Anchor. I always watch the name. Anchor. The Arizona State guy. Also one that's been climbing like crazy. Depending on how you view Caleb Lomu as well. Because these next few teams, what are we looking at? Steelers need tackle pretty bad. Vikings could use one, right? They got one guy. Maybe they do have two. But everybody was saying, watch out for this run on tackle. It could have started here. Who's up next after them? It is the Vikings. The Vikings got to take Theamman, right? That's probably the move. Thieleman's got to be the move here, but there's Mai Lemon still on the board. They could go with another receiver. It says here they need another receiver, but they already got Jay Jettas. Huh. But Thieleman's a big fan favorite of a lot of people, especially a team like the Vikings. Like, that's got to be the move. Caleb Banks just went to the Vikings. Caleb Banks to the Vikings. Yo! Wow! Caleb Banks and Ty Simpson inside the top 20. Who would have guessed that? Oh, the Chargers are now on the screen. Chargers are on the screen. Caleb Banks, dudes. Chase the $5 reminder. We had a 30 visit with KC Concepcion, Banks, and Zion Young. Okay, so now it's Concepcion and Zion Young on that list. And again, I wouldn't be shocked with either one of those guys. I love Zion Young. Concepcion is a beast, too. I think the Chargers, again, like I was saying this whole time, wide receiver being pushed forward. Thank you so much for the $5. Shields family with 5 says, trade 28-30 at a third. We take Parker Woods. Or is it Peter? McDonald. Dunker Rutledge in the second. Third round, Chris Brazel. I think Brazel's more of a second rounder. First, Everett. Fourth, Moore. Thompson. Yeah, there's some good picks in there. I think a few of them are a little bit too low for where we think they're going to go, but I mean, I love all the players. We do the Shields family. The Shields. Thank you to the Shields family. Appreciate the love. Appreciate the love. Caleb Banks to the Vikings is ridiculous. What if Mai Lemon's not going to be there? Yeah, okay, so here come the Panthers who need a wide receiver to complement McMillan. They were also a team to watch for Kenyon Sadiq, and he's already gone. So maybe they're shifting to wide receiver. I think Lemon would be a good pick for them. Then the Cowboys come back. He's been the talk for CJ Allen. They already took Downs. Do they go corner? I don't know. And then the Steelers right before us. I don't know, dude. This is one of those put your feet up and wait and see what happens. I think the guys that I certainly think could be going soon. Freeling's got to get off the board. Thieleman's still there. Do the Chargers go safe? Imagine if Thieleman's still there, dude. My word. Him and Derwin and everybody, Molden, all those guys. A bit redundant, but I mean, it's the best player available. McCoy's still there. Meador, McNeil Warren. Cooper. We'll see. Panthers are on the clock. Raider Seriaco, $10 holla. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. With all the lemons. Oh, he's saying, okay, so I caught it right before. I think is it yellow against yellow? I can't quite tell, but it's lemons. He's saying, we want some lemons. How you like these lemons? Lemon would be insane, dude. Again, Chargers fans may not love it because, again, redundancy is something that's very offensive. But, he can play wide too, dude. And it's not like Ladd McConkey can't play wide either. You would see a lot of this. You know what I mean? Lemon would be quite the get at 22, but I don't see it happening. I think he's going to be gone here with this pick with the Panthers. Maybe even the Eagles, who could be trading away A.J. Brown. Thielemann would be a great get. Yeah, he would. I would be happy with Thielemann. Yeah. Freeling is still on the board. Maybe a team does want to trade up to get him, but I'm wondering why he is still there. Okay, so the pick is in for the Panthers, and now the Eagles just traded up with the Cowboys? You don't see that every day. With the 19th pick, the Panthers select Monroe Freeling. Okay, Freeling's off the board. They take their tackle. Freeling is off the board, and the Eagles just traded up. Yeah, I was like, it's got to be Lemon, right? Like, Allen coming with the $5 guard from Oregon or A&M. O-line is going to be gone by 55. Yeah, I am of that opinion in a lot of different ways. But again, I don't be shocked if they don't take a guard for a while. I hope I'm wrong. I really do. I would be happy with Pregnon at 22. We're all hoping with trade. This is the biggest hope right now is a trade down. We're just a couple picks away from the Chargers, guys. Pick 20 on the clock. It's now the Philadelphia Eagles who have traded up. My suspicion is that they're going in on Lemon because they know they're trading away A.J. Brown. Randall with a 2. What ex-Charger are you rooting for the most next year? My gut says Owe. I hope Owe works out. We'll see what happens. Rivers. We'll see about Rivers. Yeah, I liked Owe, though, a lot. I really did like Owe. The pick is in for the Eagles here, guys. They traded up for this player. My gut says it's Lemon because they're trading away Brown. The Eagles select Mai Lemon. Mai Lemon. Wide receiver USC off the board. Oh my God, we're up in 2 picks. Jacob, $5 holla. I know it's super unlikely, and Ortiz already said QJ isn't for trade, but I'd love to see us trade down with QJ for possibly. Yeah, Brian Thomas Jr. on the weapon. Absolutely. I absolutely would be okay with going after Brian Thomas Jr. for sure. Chris says, holy crap, Philly is drafting Lemon and giving us A.J. Brown. I don't know if A.J. Brown gets traded today. I think there's a lot to be said about the trade deadline, or the June deadline, I should say. But never say never. That would be crazy. David says, you're the best director. Bolt up to you, my friend. Nasir Adderley. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, Nasir Adderley came out of retirement to go play for the Colts, right? Was it the Colts? Yeah, good for him, man. Good for him. Montoya with the $2 husband came in late. Director, who should we get at this point? Okay, we have 2 picks. And by the way, guys, now the Chargers are on trade watch. It could happen at any minute now. Any minute now, the Chargers could trade down if they are going to trade down. Okay, that being said, the players still on the board that I would love in powder blue. Dylan Theamman, I didn't think would be here. That would be insane. That secondary, just think about it this way. Safety is one of the most important positions on this team. You see them in tandem with edge. That would be nuts. McCoy has been linked to the Chargers a lot, supposedly. Meador, if he's still there, is kind of an automatic for me. I love, me personally, my guys, Amari Cooper Jr. is insane. He's another Deebo Samuel. With Mike McDaniel and Ladd McConkey, he would be awesome. Chargers could go Caden McDonald, defensive tackle. TJ Parker, Zion Young, the edge players. Peter Woods, another defensive tackle. Of course, you can go Pregnon, Caleb Lomu, Lee Hunter. I don't know, dude. There's a lot of guys. There's a lot of guys. I think the Chargers. All I'm going to say is that if it's not trade down, I hope it's BPA. Oh my God, guys. Here we go. Steelers are on the clock. As soon as you see that the pick is in for them, I think the Chargers are going to start getting some phone calls. They're going to start making some calls themselves, maybe. I don't know. And this is the trade watch. Now, we're in trade watch for sure. I'd be happy with TJ Parker. Yes, I'd be happy with TJ Parker. Oh my goodness, dudes. Is it going to be Keldrick Falk? I'll talk you guys off the ledge with that one. I wouldn't hate it, but it's not my preference. But again, it's hard for a defensive coach or whatever to go in there and be like, oh yeah, this guy, look at this dude. Meador would be awesome, yeah. Meador, Parker, Zion, Young, all these guys. But I'm trying to wrap my mind around Theamman because I didn't expect him to be there, so I haven't really thought about it much.
Pick up the phone.
Ooh. So Lemon to the Eagles. Steelers are up ahead of us. Chargers at 22. What do we do? Chat, this is kind of the last call here. Who do you guys want? Out of those names, who do you guys want? Help me not even think of that last comment. If it's someone random who we don't know, I'm going to go crazy. I doubt that. I think that we've been steered pretty correctly with Joe Ortiz in his tenure, but who knows at this point. The pick is in for Pittsburgh. They're going crazy. Now the phones are ringing for the Chargers, dude. Trade down. Do it. Here comes the pick for the Steelers. Steelers would probably be really happy with Theamman if I'm being honest. They could go Pregnon here too. Dude, Meador? Could it be Meador? I'd be very happy with Meador. The pick is in for the Steelers. Here we go, guys. Are the Chargers? I hope they're on the phones, dude. I hope they're getting this trade in. And if not, you're going to see that clock hopefully go all the way down to 0 as they try to make something happen. But of course, Pittsburgh being the host city, they have a little presentation that they're doing. We're going to have to wait. God help you if you go to commercial again, NFL Network, during the Chargers pick. God help you. Come on, Ortiz. Work the phones. Come on. They do with the 2. Chargers selecting Praise. That would be a problem. They're going through 100 years of Steelers picks now. I'm not even kidding. Come on. So far, nothing, dude. Chargers are on the clock. So far, I haven't heard anything in terms of trade. We're finally about to hear the Steelers selection. As the Chargers selection is likely either close to submitted or hopefully they're working the phones. I've totally forgot about this aspect of the draft, dude, that we're going right after the host city. Come on! I haven't heard anything about a trade yet. That's kind of the hope right now, is that we trade down. But guys, I'm staring at Akeem Meador. Dylan Theamman is still there. Cooper, Howell, McDonald, Parker, Boston, Woods, Concepcion, Pregnon, Christian Miller we haven't talked a whole lot about, Zion Young. There's some good players on the board, dude. I wouldn't be shocked if the Chargers said, you know what, this is the guy. We didn't think he'd be here. And with the 21st pick, the Steelers select Iana Jordan. They took the tackle. All the way up at 21. The Chargers got their pick of the litter. Is it Theamman? Is it McCoy? Is it Meador? I cannot believe Thieneman's there, dude. That's like rocking my world right now. I don't know. Do we do it? Do we not do it? Chargers are on the clock. I'm hoping we're trying to trade down. But we got edges for days here, dudes. We got edges for days. We got our pick of the guards that are like late first rounders. Who's the best wide receiver? I mean, Cooper. Cooper would be an awesome pick here. Absolutely worth it if we stick and pick Theamman. Dude, can you imagine? And knowing the Chargers and the best player available aspect of Joe Ortiz, I wouldn't be shocked. And I never in a million years thought that he would be there at 22. Have the Chargers moved? I mean, again, expect that clock to go all the way down as they're trying to work a trade. Oh my God, dudes, who's it going to be? Could it be Theamman? I mean, Akeem Meador's right there, too. Jermon McCoy, again, is another player that's been heavily connected to us. The pick is in. We sticked and picked it. The Chargers pick is in. We stuck around. We didn't go anywhere. We stuck around. 3,000 people in the chat. Hit that like button. Chargers pick is about to be announced. Insane DBs on the board in Theamman and McCoy. Insane edges in Meador. I like Parker and Howell and Zion Young and all these guys too. Falk, I could warm up to. Is it CJ Allen and throws us all off for a loop here? I find it hard to believe the Chargers, seeing that Theamman is on the board and the way that they value safety, and not get completely stoked about a selection. Here they go, man. They're all hugging. There's Harbaugh. Everybody's freaking out. The pick is in. I'm looking away from the chat until the selection is made, guys. God help you if you go to commercial right now, NFL. God help you. They're showing the Chargers fans up there. Come on. The pick is in. Who we got? Who we got? Who do we got? If I'm guessing, if I'm predicting, it's edge. My gut has said wide receiver, but Theamman changes a lot for me. Theamman at 11 is awesome. Or I should say at 22 is awesome. Here comes the commissioner. Here we go, dudes. Here we go. I'm not looking at the screen. Commissioners at the podium. With the 22nd pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Chargers select Akeem Meador! Woo! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go, dude! Yes! Akeem Meador! He made it to the Chargers at 22, dude. Oh, my God, let's go! Yes! 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 Oh, dude is such a monster, dude. And what a situation for him. The Chargers get themselves an absolute beast. Woo! That is awesome. I knew it, dude. Edge, and it was Meador on the dude. Oh my God. We got Akeem Meador on the Chargers, dude. I am very freaking happy with that, man. Jordan with the $10 holla. Let's go. Let's go. That is a good freaking pick, dude. I had my doubts that he would be there at 22, but you had some players go above. You got Caleb Banks and Ty Simpson that just pushed him down far enough. Oh man, dude, I'm so happy, dude. That is an excellent way for this draft to go for the Chargers in the first round. Likely why they decided to stick and pick. I don't know if they were working the phones, depending on where they had Akeem Meador ranked, man. Dude! Action Dan came back in with a ton more, 10 more gifted memberships. Thank you so much, man. Holy cow. Ronaldo, Bolthead, Skeptic, Joshua, RM, Ace, Gary, guys, give him a huge pat in the back and a thank you, guys. Or excuse me, there's two. There's two. It's left-handed. Hugo, Louie, Oregon Stacker, Mata, give Action Dan a pat in the back and a thank you. Action Dan, thank you, dude. That's 20 today. And then here comes Sinful Hands with 20 of his own. Woo! Thank you guys so much, dude. It's a sub train. Outlet with the 5. Oh my God, guys. Thank you so much, dudes. Akeem Meador is a Charger! Let's go! Oh my God, dude. Action Dan, thank you so much, dude. Sinful Hands with the 20. Get out of here, dudes. 20 apiece for Action Dan and Sinful Hands, guys. Thank you guys so much. Bolt up. Congratulations. Your Chargers got a beast at Edge. Adida with the $10 hollow. Rip Mahobo, Bo, Mendoza. Let's go. Let's go. Oh my goodness, dudes. Lionel Turner with the $5. Who's got it better than us? Nobody. Outlet with the 5 gifted memberships. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Jason Fam with the $20 holla says go. We got a good one, dudes. Jason, man, thank you so much, dude. I can barely keep up with it, man. It's been a while since we've had the live streams. You guys are going nuts in the chat. Akeem Meador to the Chargers. That is as good as you can draw it up, man. That is as good as you can draw it up. That is an awesome, awesome outcome for the Chargers in the first round. Game Time FPS, welcome. Thank you so much. The 11 months. Luis Ramos of the 2 says already has a sack of Mendoza. Get used to it. Hey. I dig it, man. Guys, thank you, dudes. Thank you. It was a dream. It became true. You called it. Hey, David. Hey. I don't know how many times I called Meador because I didn't think he would be there, but I certainly knew it was going to be Edge. Oh, man, dude. Schneider. Michael with the $10 holla. I don't know who this guy is, but I'm about it. He is I can't say that word. He is an awesome edge rusher. Miami, dude, absolute force to be reckoned with him and Ruben Bane last year. There were a lot of games where it was Meador, man, and you were like, oh my God, this Meador guy is going to be the top 10 pick. Unfortunately, he is a little bit older. That's about probably the biggest thing that Chargers fans are going to have issue with is that he's already older than Tuli Tuipulotu. but you're getting an absolute beast at edge. 13 sacks last year, dudes. 13 sacks with the Miami Hurricanes. Absolute must. 6'3", 280 pounds. He is awesome. He is refined. He's versatile. Inside, outside, doesn't matter. He is going to be an absolute beast, dude. He's going to be an absolute beast. I am so excited to see him on the chart, especially with how versatile he can be and how they're probably going to be using him. Yeah, dude. He's a monster. Go watch his highlights. That's all I'm going to say. Go watch his highlights. Him and Thule and Mack, they're going to be getting after it, dude. That is an awesome defensive line. Absolutely awesome. Gary says, charge with the $5 holla. Thank you guys, man. Ethan with the 64 months. Keep that elite defense intact. Let's go. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. That defense thrives with 3 premium edge players. Leo with the 5. Let's go. Thule, the Thunder Mesidor is the Lightning. Yes, yes, yes. Here come the Cowboys selection at 23. Malachi Lawrence is the next one. So we got ahead. We got the first player on the edge run, I bet you. And Malachi Lawrence. A lot of people said don't be shocked if he's going to be taken way ahead of the other edge rushers that you're thinking of. But Lawrence ahead of Falk, of Howell, of Parker. Guys, I'm telling you right now, dudes, we got ourselves an absolute dog, dude. I am so excited. Alan with the $5. Chris O'Leary's going to have some fun with that beast. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. James with the $2 holla. Thank you so much, dude. Big, big love. Kyle with the 43 months. Don't hate the pick. Bolt up. Absolutely bolt up, dude. Absolutely bolt up. That is a great outcome, dude. I'm giddy. I am giddy. Guys, thank you so much for all the gifted subs, too, man. I can't believe that. That's like 40 in like 5 seconds. Y'all rock, dude. Thank you so much for supporting my channel as we hype ourselves up for the Chargers selection, dude. Absolutely. I got to go see what the Bolt fam thinks about this on Twitter. Give me 1 second, guys. I got to go see what everybody's saying because I'm very happy with that. I am very happy with Mesidor to the Chargers. I'm telling you guys, we needed edge, and we got one of the best in this class. Here, actually, let me go back and see. Of course, you had David Bailey, Reese. All the way down at 22. Oh, Bane, okay. We got the 4th best edge rusher in a really, really good edge class, man. I absolutely cannot hate on it. Brader with the crew. Thank you so much. David with the 2 says sci-fi horror from MGM. First season on Amazon. Oh, from. I'm going to have to give that one a try, dude. I think my wife watched it. Wow, dude. I wonder if the chart... And again, this is where now we're starting to watch the rest of the first round unfold. See how things are shaking. Do the Chargers trade up and grab a guard? I don't know. I hope they get one in day 2. It'll probably be Rutledge or something. But I'm very supportive of the Mesidor pick, man. I'm very supportive. I got to go find some clips of us talking about him, dude, because he can be an absolute game wrecker. Nightwave with the 20. And Dinda with the 20. These things are coming in waves, dude. I can barely keep up. Nightwave says almost 6 years of drafts and never been disappointed. Keep doing you, director. Our edge is super lethal now. Bolt up. Dude, thank you so much, man. 6 years. That's insane.
IDKWHOTF, the sky is I am about IT.
I just realized, yeah, this is our 6th draft Browns are on the clock. 6th draft. Our first one was Justin Herbert. It's been a while, man. It's been a long freaking journey, dude. $20 holla from Nightwave and a nostalgia bomb, man. Thank you guys so flippin' much, dude. Thank you for the support, man. $20 holla from Nightwave. Give him some love. And then Adinda right after. Minter gonna regret ever leaving our defense. Revenge game is on now. Oh, absolutely, dude. I know he would have loved Meador on this defense. Just stepping right into that OA role, too. Oh, mwah. Oh, dude, and you got a 5-year contract in this guy. Mwah. Tully and Meador, the future of the position. Mwah. Dude, this is going to be fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Very excited. And the age thing, guys, and I'm seeing it. Yes, it's not ideal, but the Chargers are one of the few teams, I should say one of the premium teams that he could have gone to where it doesn't really matter. We're in win now, right? You're going to get 5 premium years out of this guy. If he does get another contract, great. If not, I know that, Joe Ortiz is with a first-round pick, going to get something nice in return at some point. It is what it is. It is what it is. But you got a great player that's going to contribute very, very well for the next several years, dude. There's nothing to be upset about there. Paul with the 2 says trade up for Pregnon. Ooh, I mean, I wouldn't hate it. Creative King with the 2, good call. With this likely being Max last season. Yep. You got to think about the future of the team. And his successor could have just been drafted by the Chargers at 22. GC with the 5, open the Meador and let the sacks flow. Who's got it better than us? Bolt up and stay frosty. All of the slogans mashed into one. Dude! BC just dropped $100 holla. At pick 24, the Browns select KC Concepcion to the Browns.
Never been disappointed. Keep doing you, director. Our edge is super lethal now. BTFU.
Rogue with the $100 holla. My
Never gonna
God.
regret ever leaving our defense. Revenge game is on now.
Give our guy Rogue some freaking love in the chat, dude. What is happening? Rogue, thank you, dude. Bolt the freak up. He says, let's go. I'm good with that pick. He's $100 holla good with that pick, dude. Oh, my God. Bolt the F up, dude. Meador's got everyone acting crazy. BC, dude, thank you so much, man. I truly appreciate it. Thank you. Legend. Twist with the $5 Cowboys are pissed as piss director. I'm sure they were praying we went guard. Is guard up next? We'll have to see, dude. Imagine if Basantis makes it to the Chargers in round 2. I think is more likely than some of the other guys that we were hoping for, but still, it would be a bit of a long shot. Director's biggest fan with the $20 holla. There's a storm coming. The new Chargers defense name, Pulse Enders. Thoughts? It's dark. Pulse End, the Flatliners, the Crushers. I like it, man. Dude, $20 holla from Director's biggest fan, man. Best username on the internet. Thank you so much, dude. I'm so excited we went edge. I'm so excited we got Meador, dude. Because if I'm being honest, I liked a lot of these other guys.
Emoji. There's a storm coming. The new Chargers defense name, Pulse Enders. Thoughts?
I liked a lot of these other guys, but Meador just felt like the last of like the really safe edges to take where it's like, yeah, dude's going to be a dog. Like Parker, there was some development stuff. Howell, there was some concern. There's a lot. There's an if with everybody. Keldrick Falk was a big one for everybody. Meador, the only thing really was the age. He's a great player, dude. He is a great player. What an outcome for tonight. Adinda with the 5 says we got to trade up and snipe the Chiefs. I feel you there. I wouldn't be opposed to that. Of course, the Chiefs did give up a lot already. I really hope we draft O-line next. Me too. If we do, man, we're in a good spot. We are in a very good spot. Biggie Chiefs with the $20 or $2 holla. Love you, director. Love you, Akeem. Bolt up. Let's bolt up, dude. Bolted Up Dodger was the director. He already 2 years older than Tuli. Yup. I want to stay optimistic, but would it have been a reach had they gone for offensive line at this pick? Yes, it would have been, but I wouldn't have been upset about it. If we went Pragnone or even Besantis, I would have been like, yeah, that's a good pick. We did it. We got our guard. Yay. But Meador just felt like, wow, what a need, and absolutely best player available on their board, I would have to imagine. Maybe there was an asterisk next to McCoy. I think he would be, in that consideration too. Theamman, obviously, is really great, but, Meador, my goodness, man, I'm very excited. I'm very excited. Go look at his highlights from last year and come back and be like, my God. How exciting is that, dude? Peter Woods could have been cool too. If I'm being honest with you guys, Akeem Meador, everybody else. Other than maybe Theamman for me. Everybody else. Akeem Meador is an awesome, awesome outcome. Awesome, awesome outcome. You won't even notice the age when he gets out there on the field, dude. You won't even notice it. 5 solid years of edge play. That's a solid pick, dude. And again, first rounders are so hard to get right, especially in a class like this. So why not? Everybody's going to have asterisks from here on out. Why not get the guy that you feel good about for the next 5 years? I'm very happy with it. Maybe I'm overly happy about it, but I talked very much so at length at why Meador, everybody else leading up to this. I just didn't think he would be there. He was there. It happened. I'm very excited. Very excited. And does he get a second contract? Probably. I would say more. I would say if he does well, then yeah, likely. But if worst case scenario he doesn't, the Chargers probably trade him and get some good return. You know what I mean? If I'm talking about the outcome of him being turning out to be a good player, which I think in this system is going to be really hard not to do. I think if we saw Owe come in here and absolutely rock everybody's world right off the bat of having a pretty bad start with the Ravens, that you're going to see a really, really good return on Meador right away. Man, I'm stoked on that pick, dude. I am stoked on that pick. By the way, we are at pick 25, just 7 more selections remaining in the first round. Now we are on watch. Now we're seeing what is the rest of the league doing, okay? This could be pretty important. The Chargers may have just began the run on edge. We went with Akeem Meador. There are a lot of players to consider between now and the second round at edge. Malachi Lawrence off the board right after the Chargers to the Cowboys. Of course, you had the wide receiver in Concepcion to the Browns. Now we're waiting to see what the Bears do. The Bears could absolutely go edge here. Have to wait and see what their selection is. Rick says, I'll be sick if Dylan falls to the Chiefs. Please, for the love of God, don't let that happen. Please, don't let that happen, football gods. The Bears about to be selections about to be announced. The Bills are on the clock. The Bills. Bills do need guard. They got rid of I'm drawing blanks. It's the end of the night now, kiddos. They need center. They need guard. They need defensive line. They need trenches, too. He's got locks on Lomu. Lomu could be a pick for them as well. Meador, Thule, Mack, dude. It's such a good situation for him, too, dude. I can't even begin to tell you. The Bears select Dylan Theamman finally off the board. What a value for the Bears, dude. I think they needed safety, too. They have to be flipping crazy excited. They have to be so excited to get Theamman all the way down here, dude. That's crazy. And now he's not going to the Chiefs for sure. I'm totally happy about that. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome to the freaking Chargers, dude. Ah! Let's go! Jeffrey with the $20 holla. What's up? Jeffrey! Thank you, my man. $20 holla. Appreciate all the love, dude. Man. Y'all have been so supportive today, dude. Dude, I saw the stream go over 3,000 viewers during the Chargers pick. How insane is that? 3,000! It's reaching levels over 3,000. That's insane, dude. Thank you, everybody, so much for dropping in on this particular stream for your draft viewership and coverage. Oh, what a situation, too, man. Thank you again so much to our guy, Jeffrey Mercado, guy. Thank you so much, dude. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And to our guy, BC, man. Y'all are crazy. Sinful Hands, Action Dance. All you guys, crazy. Crazy, crazy. I wish with all my heart, dudes, that I could come on here and show you guys highlights and clips of Meador and our players without getting slapped by the man. Because I promise, go on your own time or right now or whatever and go look at Meador and his season just last year with like the 13 sacks, man. He is awesome. And Dina, we love you, 3,000. The love levels are reaching over 3,000. Big life, man. Big, big love. Theamman to the Bears. Texans now on the clock at 26. Who's going to slide into the second round? By the way, the Niners just traded down the Dolphins now at pick 27 following this Texans pick. Keep that in mind. Dolphins traded up. Texans on the clock. Miami up afterwards. Dunker Basantis would be good too. Yeah. There's options at guard in the second round. There definitely is options in guard in the second round. By the way, to whom it may concern, my wife texted me and said, I love that show. From. Yes. I'll have to give it a shot, too. Meador is fantastic, but yes, dude, I'm so excited, dude. I'm so excited to see Meador, Tooley, Mack. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think that we turned a crappy situation in losing Owe into a really good situation of picking up a solid first rounder for the next 5 years, dude. Man. Now we got to start hoping that some names fall into the second round that can help the Chargers case out on offensive line. Again, though, dudes, my gut was wrong about the wide receiver thing. It could still happen with whatever, but I feel like they're going to wait a little bit and we're all going to be freaking out. Hopefully BPA, though, is the name of the game. Can I share my Meador breakdown from my draft site? Don't want to overstep. No, please and thank you. Please and thank you. Yes. Here come the Texans selection at 26. With a 26 pick, the Texans select Keelan Rutledge. Dude, the crowd went silent. That is a shocker right there, too, dude. Keelan Rutledge before Pregnon and Basantis. Wow. I mean, guard off the board, that's ultimately not good for the Chargers, but I did not think Rutledge would be taken in the first round. Now going to the Texan. Yeah, Rutledge. Wow. I got you with the sci-fi series director bolt up. Hey, dude, I'm actually legitimately going to give it a shot. I love me some sci-fi TV shows. That is insane, dude. Keelan Rutledge. Where did they pick? At 26 to the Texans. And here come the Dolphins, who should be on the board here now. Yeah, they traded with the Niners into pick number 27. Here's what PFF has to say about the move for the Chargers and Akeem Meador. Meador is an older prospect, 25 years old, but it's difficult to be more impressive than he was coming off edge for Miami in 2025. He earned an elite 92.5 PFF pass rush grade to go along with an 85-plus run defense grade. Meador is set to replace Odafe Owe and help maintain a strong top three off the edge for the Chargers alongside Khalil Mack and Tuli Tuipulotu. Yeah. Yep. Fantastic. Actually, I'll show you guys some of his grades here, too. Do I have that set up on here? Maybe not. I'll read off some of them to you guys. Yeah, overall grade of 92.5. Run defense grade of 88.3. True pass set rush grade 94.2. Pass rush win rate at 20.8. He's ridiculous, dude. I know not everybody likes PFF, whatever. Go watch the highlights. And I know not everybody likes highlights, whatever. Go watch his tape. I know not everybody likes tape. I think everybody maybe is okay with tape. And Dita with a $5 holla. Sleepy Joe went to sleep already. No offensive line help this season. Oh, I mean, we will have to wait and see. I know what's coming if the Chargers don't take a guard in the second and third round. I know it's going to be absolute chaos. I don't know how to even follow that up because I know people are just going to be really pissed. It's just, I don't know. It just kind of feels like what they do. That's Mike McDaniel for you. Him and Bane were that good. Yeah, they were. Yeah, they were. We got our new center too. Yeah, we got the center. We got the tackles back. Meador's way too old to be this hyped about him. I understand the situation isn't ideal with the age, but that's the trade-off. I want you guys to understand that there's a cause, or I should say there's a pro and con to this. The con is the age. That blows. Would really like to have a guy on your roster that you're hoping to get a second contract still in their 20s. The pro is that he would not have been there at, there's no way Meador is there at 22 if he's 23 or 22 years old even. Like, he's gone. Bye-bye. Like, he would have been the second or maybe the third edge off the board, right? Him and Bane probably would have been a little closer. I think him and Bane were very close, if I'm being honest. But he measures a lot better. He is more NFL, like, prototypical. Like, there's a lot to really love about Meador. So what we're getting in terms of a setback in his age, we're making up for it and having a player reach us that likely doesn't go to 22 if he's under the age of like 23 or 24 or whatever. He's going to be great. Yeah, I think he's going to be awesome. I think he's going to be awesome. Here come the Dolphins. They traded up to 27 to select this next player. They need receiver. They don't have anybody now. They just set the Waddle and everybody away. It says they also need corner and edge. That's the other thing too, guys. This edge class, everybody's getting pushed down a little bit, which means you're going to see some guys slide into the second round to hopefully help the Chargers push guard, which is a much less premium position, to 55. There may be somebody at 55 that we're happy with at guard. I thought it was going to be Rutledge, if I'm being honest, but going in the first round's nuts. The Dolphins traded up to go get Chris Johnson, corner out of San Diego, dude. I loved this guy. Everybody was saying he was climbing into the first round. I was like, yeah, I guess. But there he is at pick 27. They traded up to get him. The Jermon McCoy stuff must be pretty bad because he's still on the board. I think McCoy player-wise is better than Johnson, but Johnson's great, dude, especially after you went out there to the combine and ran the way he did and showed that the biggest problem with him was probably the speed. Turns out it's not the speed. He ran like a 4.4 something. He was great, like a 4.45 or a 4.44. Yeah, he's awesome. Good pick by the Dolphins. I don't know who they're going to be throwing to, but I mean, I like Chris Johnson a lot. Yeah, there you go, dude. Oh, dude, I cannot wait to cover this tomorrow. I got to do some stuff tonight, too, in terms of the pick for the Chargers. Me and Bleacher Report have some fun stuff planned. I'm going to get something out tomorrow on Bleacher Report in the morning, and then we're going to break down the Meador pick in a video in the morning, too. So you guys get that ready. It's going to be a lot of fun. I love Meador, dude. We're going to break him down even further. I should have broken him down more. I just did not think that he would be there at 22. Besantis to the Chargers in the second round, that would be awesome. And again, I think it's not very likely, but it's way more likely, in my opinion, that he's there than Vega was to the Chargers at 22. The pick is in for the Patriots. Patriots at pick 28. The pick is in. They need tackle. They need defensive tackle. They could go for an edge, too. Buffalo traded number 28 to New England in return for 31 and 125. So the Bills were at 20. Weren't they at 26? So they've moved down twice now. The Patriots at 28 select Caleb Lomu. Yeah. Makes a whole lot of sense for them. Lomu to the Patriots. Players that are continuing to slide: McCoy, Allen, Warren, Falk, Terrell, Cooper, Howell, McDonald, Parker, Boston, Woods, Pregnone, Miller, Hood, Hunter, Zion Young. I mean, a lot of those guys are in the second round already, but I think the top ones, McCoy, Allen, Warren, Falk, Avian, Terrell. Who's going to be there in day 2? Very interesting. Dude, can you imagine the Niners rolling up on that pick? Pick 30 in round 1 and getting Omar Cooper Jr. They're getting another Debo. Jealous, but I get it. We got Meador, and that was definitely the move, dude. That was definitely the move. So who are we gonna get now? Well, now's the waiting game, man. Now we're here observing the Charger, or should I say, observing the rest of the league. See who's getting taken. See who's sliding. See which positions are being prioritized, and then we're gonna see what's going on tomorrow in day 2, which we're going to be live for once again. Director, you think we're going to trade up? I doubt it. We only have 4 more picks left in the entire draft. Maybe. But I would say we'll probably stick and pick. See who's there at 22, or I should say at 55 now, at 55. Meador, dude. I am legitimately... Like, it was really tough for me because even my wife today, she was like, who do you really want? And I was like, honestly, it's tough because I want an edge, but I just don't think, like, everybody who's going to be there, I'm like, I'm cool with, like, it's going to work out. We're going to be fine with Parker. And I think the one that I thought was going to happen was Howell, right? If I knew Meador was going to be there, though, I'd be like, yeah, we're going for Meador, dude. Like, that is the guy. That's the value. Again, that you're seeing him dip because of the age. The play is fantastic. If he was 22, he would have been taken top 15. I think almost guaranteed. Instead, we get him at 22, and he's going to be an awesome difference maker for the next 5 years. Crazy that Bane didn't get taken until, was it actually 15? That's insane. Those guys were just an absolute force last season. Fahad with the $2 holla says, Akeem! Seems like they're going interior offensive line next. I hope so. I think a lot of us really do hope so. A lot of us do hope so. Do we think 27 draft is overrated in value? Yes, because we don't really know. It's a little too far out, but I mean, it's projected to be very, very, very good. We're going to have to trade up for guard, but we are not. Yeah, I mean, you could, but again, this is the point of the draft where you're getting into the second round, and positional value is a huge, it's probably a much bigger thing in the second round going forward, because you're going to see guys in the second round where it's like, okay, BPA, yes, but we also need an edge, and there's a bajillion edges. You know what I mean? That should be available in between the Chargers and whoever in the beginning of the second round. For example, let me just kind of let me share with you guys some of the guys I think will go before the Chargers pick, and maybe even some beyond. Right? Falk is going to go. Howell is going to go. Parker, Young, our Mason Thomas we almost forget about all the time. Gabe Akis is going to be taken. Joshua Josephs could. I think one that people are sleeping on is denied Dennis Sutton out of Penn State. I think he could get taken above the Chargers. Some guys are going to get reached for because it's edge and it's a good edge class. That's going to push down a lesser valuable position in guard, which is much lesser valuable in terms of money and all that kind of stuff. That could work in the Chargers' favor. It really, really could. So hitting on edge early and seeing a lot of these guys still on the board that I didn't think would be here, like Keldrick Falk being here, I was kind of shaky on, but I felt like too many people were hyped on his potential, you know, whatever, that he would be gone. You know, Howell and Parker, and I heard a lot of really good things about Zion Young too. Malachi Lawrence going up in the first, I kind of thought might happen. But there's just a lot of really good players in that aspect, and that's just edge. We haven't even gone over the other positions. Like wide receiver is probably going to go well above the guards. Cooper, Boston, Chris Bell is probably going to go before. Jeremy Bernard, probably going to go before. There's talk that Carson Beck could make it into the second round. The Cardinals are probably freaking out right now. They could take him and reach for him if that's their guy or whatever. I think more people are if you're looking at anybody, it's probably the Penn State quarterback or the LSU quarterback. Tackle could be taken ahead. There's Loma was just taken. I mean, Dunker is up there. I would like Dunker too. Corner, McCoy is still there. Terrell is still there. Pons is still there. Abney is very underrated. He's still there. D-tackle is huge. There's a lot between us and the next pick. Here's the Chiefs selection. They took Peter Woods. That's fine. That's fine, whatever. We like Peter Woods. Yeah, they took Peter Woods. That's fine. But again, my point is guard is very low in the totem pole, and there's a lot of really good players that should be pushing that position down. If Pregnon and or Basantis reach like the midpoint of the second round, that's where I'm like, you maybe want to trade up. Get one of those premium guys. But there's also a good chance that somebody still makes it to them that they feel comfortable with in the second round. In terms of guard, it's a little less likely. You might still get somebody like a Jalen Farmer, you know, or maybe even a center, you know, wouldn't be a bad idea. But a wait-and-see mentality is not terrible either. If Pregnon and Basanta start to fall a little bit, though, I wouldn't mind a small trade-up to go get them. Definitely wouldn't mind a small trade-up to go get him. Dunker could be cool, too. Yeah, I like Dunker a lot. He's fun. And a lot of Chargers fans, he'd become an instant fan favorite on that line. So the Jets are now back on the clock. The Jets could stand to go get a receiver. So Cooper, Boston, McCoy is still on the board. Pergnon would be great. But he will be there at 50. He will not. I don't think he'll be there at 55. But if he starts to slide a little bit, then I don't know. See, the chat is frozen again. It totally is. Hang on. There we go. I think that may have fixed it. There you go. I think we can hope, but I think ultimately we'll have to wait and see. It's just it's much, much, much more likely that one of those guys makes it to us at 55 than Vega would to us at 22. So I'm not gonna completely write it off. I think that there's a decent shot, much better shot, but still it's a shot. The Jets at pick 30 are gonna select Amari Cooper Jr. Yep. Dang. Yeah, that's a good pick. That's a good pick, dude. I like Cooper. I hate that he's on the Jets, though. It kind of reminds me of when I love Brock Bowers, and he ends up in freaking Vegas, and we just weep for him every week, and the talent that is wasted away. If they can get a quarterback, which it's Geno right now, right? Bummer for him, dude. Yep, tomorrow's going to be a bit earlier. Tomorrow a bit earlier. That's going to be a lot of fun, dude. I'm very excited. 2 picks for the Chargers tomorrow. So wait, the Niners who traded out, or should say traded down from 27, then traded down again. So the Bills and the Jets both traded down twice. That's crazy. We're going to see a lot of them in day 2 and 3. So the Bills are finally on the clock. The Niners traded out of the first round completely. Only 2 more picks in the first round, guys. That's crazy. I think it did make a difference. It's like it's like an hour shorter than it normally was, because I remember last year my stream was like 5 hours long or something crazy. We just passed hour 3, and we're just now done with, or we're just coming up in the last 2 selections. Crazy. Yeah, I like this a lot more too. I don't like it dragging. I think in terms of entertainment, it's awesome. I understand that they're probably frustrated as hell over there. Having to make these decisions, not enough time for trades and all that, but I think this was a very fun watch this year. So the pick is in. And right after this, guys, I thought I had it set up on the other screen. I forgot I bought a new monitor, and I didn't set up the OBS thing. So right after this, we're going to go take a look and see who's available together. And we'll close out the stream with excitement for what happens tomorrow, perhaps. Meador. Very excited about that one. I'm glad earlier in the chat you guys were asking me so much about Meador, because I don't know how much coverage I had of him this offseason, considering I didn't think he would be there. But at the beginning of the stream, you guys asked me several times, these players, or if Meador's there. And I'm like, oh, you take Meador. Take Meador. Meador is the guy. Dino with the 5 says, I want to hear what offers for trades they really received. We shooting for pick 32 next year. It doesn't matter. Trade up. I mean, I highly doubt we are even. I was going to say I highly doubt that they tell us anything of the sort. You know what I mean? In terms of the trades and how close they were. Of course, they did actually say that they were working the phones last year. So never say never. But I want to see what the Chargers' plan is for tomorrow. I'm really interested. I think right now the way the board is set up, though, for those of you guys that are worried about offensive line, I know that the pickings are slim, but there are so many bigger positions that are still on the board that will push them down. Here come the Titans selection at 31. Wow, Pittsburgh, 320,000 attendees, whether they're tipping their hat to the audience for. With the 31st pick, the Titans select Keldrick Falk. Keldrick Falk to the Titans. And there's so many edge players still on the board too, man. It's crazy. The edge players that I'll be like, okay, I guess there's still technically one pick in this round. But TJ Parker into the second round's kind of crazy. Howell into the second round's kind of crazy. Falk would have been the big one where I'm like, oh, I can't believe he dipped that far. But yeah, I don't know, dude. You're gonna see edge, you're gonna see defensive line, you're gonna see corner for sure, and you're gonna see maybe a little baby run on wide receiver. We'll see what the Chargers' plan is on day 2. 2 picks tomorrow. So excited. So excited. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Akeem Meador, last pick of the night on the clock now. I love the quick draft too, man. This was awesome. I wonder what the time is expected for tomorrow. I know day 3 is where like I break mentally, because it's like all day. But tomorrow we'll have to wait and see. I think it ends around the same time, but they start like an hour earlier. So I don't know. Yeah, in terms of need for the Chargers, like obviously interior offensive line is king. You're going to want to try and get that at some point soon. I'm hoping in the second round. That is ideal. Okay. But we could certainly go DB if there's value there. We could certainly go receiver, maybe even. I don't know. I'm kind of hoping that we don't. The big thing with receiver that I've noticed is that we went after some pretty big names in Brown and Pierce and these like alphas on the outside. And I figured if we were going to do it in the draft, it would have to be a pretty big name like Cooper, like Boston, I think especially. Tyson maybe if he slipped all the way down. But when you get into the second round, are there any alphas that... Yeah, I suppose so. Guys that kind of fit what they want to do. I mean, Brazel would be really fun. Bryce Lance has been climbing like crazy. But I think the guys that really move the needle for them in day 2, I should say, are Elijah Surratt from Indiana and... one of my favorite, Malachi Fields at Notre Dame. I think that kind of fits what they're trying to get. But even then, that's what I'm saying is that it may be hitting on the position that they've been aggressive for, but I don't know if it's like the caliber of player that they were shooting for. And very few guys after that kind of moved the needle for me past Trey Harris. Like, I'm just like, what? Just we have Trey Harris already. Like, I don't see any reason to try and go supplement his role when I think Harris is going to do it better than 90% of these guys. I don't know. Got to wait and see what the Chargers board looks like. And everybody's really excited about Keldrick Falk in terms of the announcers. We went edge. Now we need interior offensive line, corner, wide receiver. Yep. The pick is in for the Seattle Seahawks as we are winding down day one. The Chargers take awesome edge defender in Akeem Meador. Now starts the hoping and praying, man. And this is where I can say, I know I'm telling you guys it's not very likely. There's only a few guys we really want and this and that. But I think it's okay to get your hopes up a little bit, tomorrow that one of these guys that we like falls to us. Because, again, round 2 positional value takes a huge step in decision-making for GMs and for teams. The first round, BPA, Vega was as blue chip as you were going to find, this and that. But in the second round, with an edge-heavy class, it is possible that somebody slides to the Chargers. Have to wait and see. I'm just shocked that Kalen Rutledge was a first-rounder, if I'm being honest with you. You could always skip day 3 for counseling. Especially now that we only have a couple of picks in day 3. Right? It's 4 and 6. Worst year for us, only 5 picks. No, next year would have been really bad if we only had 5 picks. But next year's looking not too bad, not too shabby. Got some comp picks coming our way. Oway, and it's a high one, too. It's going to be like a 4th or even 3rd rounder for the Oway contract in the 2027 draft that looks pretty nice. We have to wait and see how things shape up as we get closer, but yeah. Colt Dog with a $2. Not mad at the pick at all. Hopefully guard next. Yeah, me too. And again, I've said this since the beginning. The Chargers need to get in on the edge class in some way in the first round. If they didn't, we would probably be looking at guys in the second round, like being very optimistic. R. Mason Thomas and Gabe Akis, maybe. But more than likely guys like Joshua Josephs, Derek Moore. I like Dennis. And again, these are guys I like, but we got like a day 1 difference maker in Akeem Meador. Jake Slaughter, that would be, center's definitely on the table for day 2, dude. Absolutely. The Seahawks are about to select Jadarian Price. Oh. This is what I'm talking about. What a pick to end the night on. Jadarian Price, Notre Dame running back. Number 2 running back. Off the board. You're going to see this a few times. I wouldn't be shocked if another quarterback blows our socks off tomorrow before 55. Wow. They lost their Super Bowl MVP running back. So I guess they were really, really, really wanting to make sure they get their successor or the next guy, to play that role for them. And Price is a good player, but wow. You know what I mean? Okay. That, again, a great pick to end the stream on, because that represents what we may see tomorrow. Hang on. Let's see if we can help ourselves out here real quick. All right. Okay. So, let's take a quick look here. Let's go actually to PFF, right? Let's go to PFF. Let's take a look at the best available players right behind my head here, okay? Starting off the night tomorrow. Who's going to be drafted by the San Francisco 49ers, who now hold the first pick in the second round? Will it be the falling cornerbacks of Jermod McCoy or Avion Terrell? It certainly could be. Let's get actually to round 2 here and see what their needs are. Unfortunately, they do need guard, but they also need edge, and there are some big values for these guys. And again, there's maybe another quarterback coming up here in pick 34. Who knows? McDonald's still there. Parker's still there. Boston made it into the second round. There's Pregnon. There's Besantis is down here somewhere. Yeah, he's right there. There's a lot of really good players, man. So if we hover around here, just at the available players or whatever, like at 55, right? Jennings Dunker would be an awesome play here. Some people really like Jake Galladay. Trent Stukes, dude. This would be an awesome freaking fit for the Chargers, dude. That would be so sick. Wide receivers, yeah, we kind of talked about that. Don't super love the edges, but luckily we don't have to even worry about that. You could talk wide receiver maybe a little bit, but defensive line could be in play here too. There's just a lot of like really good players still on the board that will push hopefully some offensive linemen into the fold for the Chargers at pick 55. I'm pretty optimistic about that. Colton Hood is a steal at this point for any team. Yeah, you want Farmer. Yeah, Farmer, I mean, it would be a little higher than I had expected, but again, I don't mind that. Like, Pregnon, Besantis, Farmer, Rutledge was up there for me too. I'm like, yeah, if we have to do that in the second round, so be it. You know what I mean? But get in on this edge class was probably the most important thing to do, and I think they did it. Man. I feel very, very excited about Akeem Meador, dude. Now that I actually have that up real quick, you guys want to go take a look? Okay, so for reference, here's Ruben Bane, one of the best pass rushers in the nation. Awesome, right? What did he do? 12 sacks last year. Absolutely awesome. But the measurements sucked, okay? Slid all the way to 15. The same thing you can say about Meador, dude. Awesome. The age sucked. He slid all the way down to 22. But 13 sacks, 4 QB hits, 50 hurries, for the love of God. 50 hurries. I mean, come on. Where was Ruben Bane's hurries at? 68. These guys were demolishing quarterbacks. A combination between just the two of them of over like 100, almost 120 hurries, dude. 130. Absolutely insane. Every number on this sheet outside of the number 25 is impressive. Meador will be one of the older prospects in the class, but his pass rush traits and technique stand out. He projects as a top 50 pick with an impact role as a 3-4 outside linebacker. Simply awesome. Plays every position on the defensive line, like I was saying. Very versatile. Explosive. How much did he come in at now? 280. Yeah, he's awesome, man. He is awesome. I wish with all my heart that I could go show you guys some clips because that's what got me absolutely hyped. We'll have to wait and see. Some super chats as we get this winding down. Colt Dog, not mad at the pick at all. Hopefully guard next. Yep, like we said. Indeed, with a 5. Did you notice most of the playoffs teams made trades? Just saying. Set themselves up. Gonna go get sniped. The They know we need interior offensive line. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. Again, even if guard does go, and that would suck, it would push down some other positions that we might need. And I'm rooting for guard to be the pick. I really, really am. But I also felt like it might end up not being until later and freaking everybody out. But edge, I think, absolutely was the move in the first round. I think they did a really, really good job. In terms of guards that I still like, and you could take a center and maybe try him at guard a little bit. I know Connor Liu has shown he can play some guard. I think Jake Slaughter would be capable. I know Logan Jones is very, very athletic. He could maybe consider, some time at guard. Jagger Burton is another center guard. I know that he actually played, guard in 2024. But some other guys that I still like, let's say Pregnon and Basantis are gone. Again, Farmer becomes like that number one guy I like. Schroff I'm not too familiar with, but Stevens is really good. Coogan, I heard some things about that were pretty good. And again, this is kind of the territory of where Ortiz likes to eat. So we'll have to wait and see what they say. But yeah, it's not the best interior offensive line class. It's not the worst. It's kind of meh. But there's still some really big difference makers in there. We just kind of have to hope that they sort of make it into our range. Yep. Make it into our range. I wonder why that keeps happening. The chat keeps freezing. I don't remember this happening in the last one either. Not that it matters either. I think that we're about to get out of here too. I am tired. We have to remember this is a marathon, not a race. And we got 2 more fantastic days of Chargers NFL draft content to look forward to. We're getting a hype video for the pick director. I love the pick. Oh, yeah, we definitely are getting a hype video this season. It'll be closer to training camp like it always is, closer to the kickoff of season. But, so far the draft class for the Chargers is starting off beautifully. I know, it sounds good, Hugo. Much love to you. We'll see you later, man. As a matter of fact, to everybody here, too, man, we are dipping out. We are, again, going to conserve some energy for day 2 tomorrow, so we're not completely dead by day 3. But I think, honest thoughts, Akeem Meador didn't think he would be there. Absolutely so stoked to see him fall to the Chargers at 22. He's going to be an immediate difference maker for the team. Now it's the waiting game, trying to hope and see some help for the Chargers and Justin Herbert on the offensive line. Make it to us at 55. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining me. This has been The Director. If you like what you saw here, hit us up with a like and sub on your way out. Shout out to all you guys. I should say over 3,000 people in the chat during the Chargers pick. Absolutely fantastic. We'll catch you guys tomorrow for day 2, where the Chargers have 2 selections. One of them very much so hoping to be interior offensive line. Much love to you guys. Both up. We'll see you tomorrow.